Oh, good evening, one and all, to the first live watch along for the Central Coast Mariners this season, looking to make it a fourth trophy from 2024. The Australia Cup journey begins for the A-League champions. Of course, the last time we saw Mariners in action was the A-League Grand Final a few months ago now. Heidelberg United, the opposition tonight, and very excited about these fresh faces that we're seeing in action tonight for the Mariners, with the likes of Victor Feijão on the wing, Alfie McCalmont in midfield as well. I mean, there's a number of them. Lucas Moragas at left back tonight as well, and there's a number of players who we expect to make their debut coming off the bench as well. Thanks so much for joining me for tonight's live stream. You can watch this game on 10 Play, free to watch, which is always fantastic as well. Hope you guys are doing well on this chilly Wednesday evening. Broadcasting here from the central coast of New South Wales. Of course, it's been a long wait to see the Mariners back in action. And it all starts here for Mark Jackson's side. But we're feeling good. We're feeling optimistic about the new season. And hopefully we start here with a good result against Heidelberg United. A tough opposition, man. Heidelberg United have caused some upsets in the past. They've got some decent experience when it comes to the Australia Cup. So this is a test for the Mariners, that is for sure. So hopefully the lads are up to it. Of course, I mean, securing Mark Jackson for another few years, that was a key signing in the off-season. Obviously, plenty of movement in regards to players, which is no surprise at the Mariners. But Mark Jackson sticking around for another couple of years is certainly one of the most important signings, not just at the Mariners, but at any A-League club. He has been absolutely unreal since he took charge of the Mariners. Here we go. It's time for kickoff. We're going to be here for all the live reaction and analysis of this match. And of course, we are staying live after full time for the draw of the round of 16 of the Australia Cup as well. This game is underway. Heidelberg United, the hosts of tonight's match, looking to grab another big cup set. And we've seen some huge cup sets in the round of 32 already so far. Sydney FC knocked out last week against Oakland Cannons. South Melbourne last night knocked out Wellington Phoenix. It's the Victorian clubs who have been having great luck and playing really, really well in the cup so far. Heidelberg United already looking to get onto the attack early as well. A couple of familiar faces. Worth mentioning, Heidelberg United goalkeeper is a former Central Coast Mariner himself, Yaron Souza. He was part of the squad that won the 2023 Grand Final with the Mariners. Didn't make too many appearances in a Mariners shirt. Of course, he was playing behind Danny Vukovic for that championship winning season a couple of years ago. Good to see George in the chat tonight. Says Central Coast on top. Leanne in the chat says 3-1 Mariners. Love that prediction. Hopefully we do see that come true. Perth Glory Shorts, g'day. Says Central Coast Mariners easy win. Judging by how things have gone so far for A-League teams against NPL Victoria opposition, this could be anything but easy. I like this starting lineup tonight for the Mariners, man. I mean, we'll keep an eye on how it looks throughout the match. But from the team sheet we saw released prior to the game, potentially see Docker playing on the left-hand side. Feijão, whether he plays on the right, we'll keep an eye on that. For McCalmont, looks like he's playing in that sort of left centre midfield role so far. Brad Tapp, his partner in midfield as well. Alfie McCalmont, a player who Mark Jackson knew from his time over in England. Looks like Feijão is playing on that left-hand side already. Right-hand side, sorry. Miguel DiPizio. I mean, I don't want to say breakout season from Miguel DiPizio last year, because we only really saw a glimpse of his potential, I think. I mean, this is a guy who has enormous potential, and obviously the highlight of the season was that goal in the grand final to put Mariners ahead in extra time. But this season for Miguel DiPizio is huge. I mean, this could potentially be the breakout season. I want to call this the breakout season for Miguel DiPizio, because with the departures of Josh Nisbet, Max Ballard, I mean, Mariners losing some key personnel. Oh, here we go. Fahal down the right, cutting it in. McCalmont was there, couldn't find him. DiPizio shoots but drags it wide. First side on goal for the Mariners, 3.5 minutes in. Miguel DiPizio involved, but Fahal, good little pace in the cutback. Just couldn't find the teammate. But DiPizio, man, I mean, we're going to look to him as a key creative figure in this lineup for Mariners. He's playing in an advanced role alongside Ali Kowal, which I think is probably his best position. Miguel DiPizio, he did spend a lot of time last season playing out wide, but I'd expect him to be sort of a real key figure in sort of that number 10 role, that second striker role, if you like, playing alongside Kowal, or whether it is Edmondson as well. Edmondson on the bench tonight as well for Mariners, alongside Harrington as well, another new signing for the Mariners. Could potentially make his debut tonight. Jack Wachowski is there, of course. Noah Smith, Gazewski, Wilson, Brantman. Great to see Noah Smith back on the team sheet as well. Of course, Noah Smith spent almost the entirety of last season injured. G'day to the chat. Thoughts on who will win the first Kiwi derby? Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm going to go out and say Auckland at this rate. Wellington Phoenix still in the process of building their squad. Auckland have brought in some really impressive names for their inaugural campaign. We saw Wellington were beaten last night in the Australia Cup by South Melbourne and played a very young and experienced squad, to be fair. But we will have to wait and see what signings Wellington make. I mean, I think they will be strong once again this season. But I think Auckland, man, I mean, they will obviously be eyeing off that game as one to win in their first season. Of course, another debut tonight in goals as well for the Mariners. Adam Pavlicic, who was sort of the second choice keeper at Sydney FC for a few years, departing the Sky Blues and now heading up the freeway to the Mariners. Excited to see what Pavlicic can provide for us in goals. Big loss, obviously, losing Danny Vukovic with his experience, and he was obviously the captain of the side for the last couple of years. Led the team to the championships in the last couple of years. Adam Pavlicic, a younger option. With a chance. Fahal, going to go from long range. Nice header from Kowal. DiPizio, bring it down, son. Crowded out by the defence. We mentioned Yaron Souza as well before in goals for Heidelberg tonight, former Mariners keeper. They got Adrian Zara as well, the captain of the side, formerly of, I think he played at a few A-League clubs from memory. I feel like he played at Perth Glory. Potentially a Melbourne club too, if my memories serves me correctly. Anthony Lesiotis, another option as well in this Heidelberg side with A-League experience, playing in midfield, formerly of Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City. Can Kiwis play in the Australia Cup? Well, Wellington Phoenix do play in the Australia Cup, and we imagine Auckland FC will feature in next year's Australia Cup. That is the assumption. Now for McCalmont, Mariners building on the edge of the box nicely here. Rue in for McCalmont. Good to see Alfie getting involved with the play early here. Bright start from the Mariners. Heidelberg looking to pounce on the counter attack though. Here we go. Nathan Paul sliding in. Looks dangerous. Players look all right though. Here come Heidelberg on the right, into the box. Good defending from Moragas. Just took it away. Leanne asks, how do you think Auckland will do in their inaugural season? Look, new teams heading into the A-League historically do pretty well. Auckland FC are doing a good job of building a pretty decent squad on and off the field for their first season. I mean, Steve Corica is obviously a good coach. He's got experience when it comes to building successful teams. And they've already signed some pretty impressive players. And I don't think they're done. Obviously, they're not done. Expect a handful more signings, I reckon, from Auckland. I think, look, I don't know if there's enough to suggest they'll play finals, but I think they'll be close. Delivery from out left. How has to regather. Interesting to see Mickey Docker playing on the left-hand side tonight. Not a position we saw him in too often last season. Deployed more often as a right-sided player, whether that was at right back or right midfield. Suda says, confusing watching Mariners play against a yellow team with blue shorts. Wearing the fresh away kit. Australia Cup kit, which was revealed earlier today as well. The all white. Which I like, man. It looks very clean. I like this kit. Two kits as well. The white one and then an all yellow kit. Hopefully we do see these kits in action. Of course, we should mention Central Coast Mariners. A bit of a tough time in the Australia Cup over the 10 years that this competition has been around now. Knocked out of the round of 32 2 years in a row now, the last couple of years. Both against Sydney FC. I can tell you right now, I'm just thankful not to be playing Sydney FC. So I'm just glad we've got some different opposition. Fei Hao looking to burst down the right-hand side. Keeps the ball in play, and that's a heavy foul. I mean, that's yellow card territory right there. I don't think the referee's interested, but Fei Hao was just wiped out off the ball. Just kept it in play. I mean, that has to be a booking, right? That's no intention to play the ball. Fei Hao's away down the right-hand side. And in fact, it's Nick Olsen, former Brisbane Roar player, at left back. I mean, that's a blatant yellow card, isn't it? I don't think he received a booking. But here we go. Set piece for the Mariners out wide. Nick Docker. I expect him to be Mariners' main set piece taker for this season. Towards Caltac. Cleared away. 10 minutes in. Mariners looking strong against Heidelberg United. Suda says, bold move to release 2 Australia Cup kits with no qualifiers for the round of 16. When they haven't qualified for the round of 16. That is right, best YouTuber, yes. You are correct. In the round of 32 last year, I was at that game in Wollongong. Jaden Kaczarski with a late goal. Ended up tying the game at 3-3, that goal, in the end. And then you might remember, we went to a crazy penalty shootout, which I think was like 10-9. Was it 11-9? It was like 11-10 or like 10-9 to Sydney. One of the longest penalty shootouts I've seen. And Sydney FC ended up going through, so yes. Ooh, nice long ball from Caltac. Looking for Moragas. Lucas Moragas. I mean, so excited to have him at the coast, man. He's a player who had a good season last year at the Jets. Season before that was on loan at Wellington. Good early experience for a player who's still pretty young. And he's going to be key on that left back role, man. Jacob Farrell, obviously a big loss for the Mariners, heading over to Portsmouth in England, which is an exciting move for him. Adam, whereabouts are you watching this? You can watch the game on 10 Play if you're in Australia. Ooh, Fei Hao. wins the ball. Plays it back for Kowal, who's taken out of it. Alex King awards the free kick. In a good position too. This is Mickey Docker territory. Mikhail Docker. I don't think he scored a free kick last season, but he came damn close on a number of occasions as well. There is a Mariners women's team, Sudo, there is. They rejoined the competition for the first time in a number of years last year. And Mariners will be hoping for another successful campaign in the A-League Women's this year. Defeated Melbourne Victory in the elimination finals last year and lost out to Sydney FC in the two-legged semis. Docker, go short. Taru, the cutback. Blocked at the near post. Little set play from the training ground there. Central Coast Mariners related to Yokohama Marinos. I don't think so. I see the connection that you're trying to make there though with the Marinos. But as far as I'm aware, there's no connection. Best YouTuber asks, didn't Caltech want to move to India? Is he confirmed to stay at the coast? He's contracted for another year, I believe, at Mariners, and he is here. He is starting tonight. So my expectation is that he's part of plans at Mariners. So there's always rumours and stuff floating around on the socials regarding players all across the A-League, and Caltech, I mean, one of the top defenders in the A-League, obviously going to be attracting interest from clubs around the planet. But he is contracted at Mariners for another year, and it's great to see him involved in this game tonight. He's especially with the departure of Dan Hall to Auckland FC. Brian Caltech retaining him was key. One of Mariners' key players. Does Stormwood play for the Mighty All Whites? He hasn't featured for them for a while, I don't think. Yeah, they've gone for other right-back options. Tim Payne has sort of been controlling that right-back position for many years now for the All Whites. Yeah. "15 minutes have gone by. Heidelberg United 0, Central Coast Mariners 0. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this live watch-along, man. This is our second live watch-along of the new season. We were live a couple of weeks ago for the playoffs. We watched Brisbane Roar, Perth Glory, where Perth won 4-2. Perth Glory are looking good already. They also won their round of 32 match against Melbourne City on the weekend, which was a thoroughly enjoyable match. 5-4 win for Perth Glory, a crazy game. Nice pass from McCalmont. Finds DePizio. This is good. Oh, this is great. It's Feijão who hits and forces a good save from Yaron Souza. Victor Feijão from Brazil. First shot on target. Found himself in so much space as well. I mean, that right-hand side, there seems to be a lot of space for the Central Coast. But the pass from McCalmont, DePizio looking wide, delightful. Best YouTuber says, I'm interested to see what Mark Jackson's plans are to replace Nisbet. Yeah, man, I mean, we saw Nisbet playing a sort of that number 10 role alongside the striker, and it looks like it's going to be DePizio to be the man to play in that position. Miguel DePizio, I reckon that's his best position as well, sort of playing as that number 10. So I think he's the natural placement there. And as we're seeing in this game, it's McCalmont and Tapp playing in the centre of the park. McCalmont basically replacing Max Ballard. But we're seeing already McCalmont shifting into some pretty advanced positions already, sort of Tapp sitting a bit deeper, if you like. Where can I watch the game? You can watch on 10 Play if you're in Australia. Great that the Australia Cup matches are free to watch here in Australia. This round of 32 has been chaotic. It's been entertaining so far. It's had everything. This is obviously the final match day of the Australia Cup round of 32. Number of A-League clubs already out. Ooh, long ball. Catching up the Mariners here. Here's a chance for Heidelberg United. They've barely had a sight in the attacking half. The hosts. McCalmont loses possession. Heidelberg, again, looking to create that opportunity. McCalmont does well to try and win it back, but he's lost it again. Caltac finally gets it cleared. And Feijoa can come away here. Victor Feijoa, here's the pace. Kowal ahead of him. What has he got? What is he going to do? Come on, Victor. Switch your play. Head it away. Brick wall of Gosford. That's right, Adam. That's right. Leanne, what are your thoughts about the Matildas being eliminated from the Olympics? Obviously devastating. It was a very disappointing run in the Olympics for the Tillies. Here's a chance for Heidelberg. Caltac has to clear. Nervy moment at the back there. Really disappointing. I did my review video on the Matildas campaign last week and in the Olympics, and yeah, I mean, really, really rough. Really rough. And obviously Gustafson's headed out now. Change is needed. G'day, Marcus in the chat. How you going, man? Good to see you here as always. Marcus says Wyman has joined the Matildas exodus from the A-League Women's, joining AIK in Sweden. Thoughts? Exciting move for Jada Wyman. Obviously wants to be playing at a good level to make sure she continues being selected in Matilda's squads, and you imagine she will be with the international retirement of Lydia Williams. Jada Wyman is probably that next in line to join the squad in terms of goalkeepers for the Tillies. Exciting move for her. Looks a big loss for Sydney FC, that's for sure. G'day, Justin. Heidelberg actually looking pretty good so far. It'll be a tough game for you guys. Oh, it certainly will be. I mean, Victoria opposition in the Cup have been really, really dangerous so far in the round of 32. So this will be a close one, I reckon. This could well be a close one. And it is the home side who have the first corner of the game, 20 minutes in. Nick Olsen's going to take it. Central Coast Mariners wearing their fresh away kit, away Australia Cup kit. Hello, Perth Corey Shorts. I do see your messages. Delivery is dangerous too. Caltac has to get it away, and the shot flying in sails over for another corner. Deflected. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this live watch along. 20 minutes in, you'll all. Plenty of Australia Cup and A-Leagues content coming up throughout the season. Stay subscribed if you are interested in that stuff. You can also consider sending in a super chat to support the channel as we continue making content throughout the season. Best YouTuber, sorry, just missed your comment a moment ago. I tell you what, Harry Sawyer is probably unlucky not to have an A-League contract. He's very good. Scored loads of goals for South Melbourne and scored versus Wellington too. Harry Sawyer. Am I not mistaken thinking that he played for an A-League club a number of years ago? Like Jets or City or something. I'm just going to quickly Google it. So, as someone in the chat, if you know Harrison Sawyer. If you played in an A-League club, I feel like he did, right? I'm looking it up now. Oh, he was at Jets. He played 5 games for Newcastle Jets, according to the internet. Spent a couple of years at Brisbane Roar as a youth player as well. There you go. Thanks for that, best YouTuber as well. Yeah, beat me to it. He played for Jets ages ago, yeah. So Heidelberg United with a couple corners. A couple long-range efforts in the end, just flying over the bar though. Ashton asks, how was the victory game yesterday? Big win for Victory, 4-1 over Lambton Jaffers up there in Newcastle. They looked good too. They looked great. Under Patrick Kisnorbo, the first hit out against, first competitive hit out under Kisnorbo. That's a high boot. That's dangerous, dude. It's Nick Olsen again. I mean, is that 2 cardable offences, I think, from Nick Olsen there so far in the first 22 minutes. I don't know if that's just bias, but high boot right into the face of Brad Tapp. Yeah, man. I mean, as you're saying there, I mean, good goal scoring record for South Melbourne this season. Another goal in the cup. He looks good too. I mean, he looks tall and strong as well, Harry Sawyer. So, yeah, there probably are a few clubs who could, wouldn't mind a striker like that. We know Newcastle Jets, his former club, are looking for a striker at the moment. Who else? Maybe Melbourne City with the departure of Jamie McLaren. That could be interesting. Bit of space here in midfield for Heidelberg United. They're driving forward. The ball down the right-hand side is great. It is a great chance for Heidelberg. It's bouncing around. Rue clears. In the last 5 minutes or so, this game has really opened up in Heidelberg. Looking very dangerous indeed. Victor Fayal driving forward. Runs out of room in the end. That's right, Ashton. Yeah, grand final rematch round 1. I like it. Exciting way to start up the season. Yeah, I don't mind it. Exciting that it's the first game of the season too on that Friday night. And I'm sure Victory will be very eager to get revenge in that matchup. Tim in the chat says, I like the classic kits. I do. Very nice from Mariners for this cup campaign. Says, hopefully we get an A-League kit reveal soon. Adelaide set the bar high. Dude, yeah, we got our first A-League kit reveal today. If you missed it, Adelaide United revealed their kit. Love it. Very clean design. Here's Victor Fayal. Again, a low cross. Just finds the defender. G'day, Benjamin in the chat. How do you think Central Coast Mariners will go this season with some of the team missing? Yeah, look, we have some major departures at the Mariners. I mean, Josh Nisbet, Max Ballard, Jacob Farrell, Dan Hall, a number of departures. It's going to be so hard to replace those guys because they have done so well for the Mariners in the last few years. But we got to trust Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson has the trust of the fans now after what he did last season, winning the treble for the Coast. And he's brought in some guys that he knows from his time over in the UK. Obviously, Ryan Edmondson joined in January. Alfie McCalmont's another one of these guys he knows from the Leeds United Academy. And Mariners have done a really good job with their recruitment in recent years. Oh my gosh, dude. Clearance from Pavlicic was blocked, and the rebound almost went flying into the goal. Out for a goal kick, but that easily could have ended up in the back of the net for Heidelberg United. Nervy moment there for Mariners' new goalkeeper, Adam Pavlicic. But look, we're going to trust Mark Jackson and those replacements there, just to answer your question there, Benjamin. And hopefully they do the job. But you look at this team here, you look at the team sheet that we got here for the Mariners. I mean, there's still a number of players there from that season last year, that incredible historic season for the Mariners. Brian Kaltak, obviously the key one. Storm Rue wearing the captain's armband tonight for the Mariners. Brad Tapp as well was great last season. Kowal, DiPizio, Docker. So, 27 minutes in, it's 0-0. Just a little stoppage on the field. It looks like Victor Fayal's just receiving some treatment for something. Perth Glory Short says Perth Glory might have a surprising season. They might be one of the teams to watch this season, and they've looked good so far in the Australia Cup, winning 4-2 against Brisbane and then winning 5-4 against Melbourne City. I mean, they've been scoring goals. That's the main positive for Perth Glory. They are looking so dangerous in front of goal, and they could be one of these teams who could be a real dark horse and might make a big jump up to the top 6. David Zrilich, new head coach at Perth Glory. There's plenty of change at Perth Glory in the last, 6, 12 months, whatever. with new owners, obviously so many new players coming in, and the new head coach obviously as well. G'day Bailey, good to see you here, man. I think Harrington will get some minutes. Yeah, hopefully. I'd love to see all these guys on the bench get minutes if we could. Obviously, we can't. But Harrington, another one of these new signings for the Mariners who looks like he has a lot of potential, man. Very young central defender. Was at Brisbane Roar's youth setup a couple of years ago. Went over to Europe. And now looking to get some first-team football on the Central Coast to, obviously, the Mariners are famous now for giving game time to young players and sending them off to bigger and better things overseas. So Mariners, we're going to try and control this game a little bit better. The last 10 minutes have sort of gone the way of Heidelberg United. We looked good for the opening 15. Here's a long-range shot from Docker, just over the bar. Good to see some Mariners supporters behind the goal there on the right-hand side of the screen. Perth Glory Shorts, which teams play in the AFC for Australia? Is it the top three? It's a good question because it does seem to change a lot. So, 2 teams play in Asian competitions at the moment. The premiers of the A-League men's play in the Asian Champions League Elite. So this season that will be Central Coast Mariners because they won the premiership last season. And then the winners of the Australia Cup. This is a very prestigious competition because the winners of the Australia Cup play in the Asian Champions League 2, which previously was the AFC Cup, and now the Asian Champions League 2 is its new name. So 2 teams go through. So it's the top team at the end of the regular season in the A-League, and then the winners of the Australia Cup. So that means this season it is Mariners playing in the top flight of Asian football, which is very exciting. Great to see Mariners back in the top flight after, of course, we won the AFC Cup last season, which was just incredible. And Sydney FC are featuring in the Asian Champions League 2 this season. They, of course, won the Australia Cup last time around. Up the Mariners, Turner. That's right. Up the Mariners. Leanne says goal in one of the other Australia Cup games tonight. I haven't checked the scores. Feel free to update me in the chat if you guys are tracking the other games. I'll have a quick little check now. All the focus has been on this game tonight, the A-League, the one and only A-League team in action tonight, Central Coast Mariners. But quick little check here. NWS Spirit leading Glenorchy Knights 2-0 in Sydney. NWS Spirit leading the team from Tasmania. The other game tonight, Olympic from Brisbane taking on Apia Leichhardt. 0-0 in that game after half an hour as well. Thanks for that as well, Leanne, with the update in the chat. Harry Sutar to Sheffield United. Yeah, made a video on that earlier today. Exciting move for Harry. We hope he just gets more game time. That's the thing that we need for Harry Sutar because he's struggled so much last season at Leicester City to get minutes on the pitch. And he's obviously probably the most important defender in the Socceroos setup at the moment, and we need him playing there. So, look, joining Sheffield United, looks like he's going to be getting some game time there. Hope it goes all right. Heidelberg United, decent ball into the area. The clearance from Moragas wasn't great. Heidelberg United just trying to get a shot off. Moragas clears. I agree with you, Benjamin. I hope Faz and Nizzy do well overseas. Yeah. Nizzy, at this point, still doesn't have a club. So hopefully that gets sorted out soon. And yeah, Jacob Farrell at Portsmouth, very exciting. Bailey asks a great question. Do you think Central Coast Mariners will sign more players? Looking at this team right now, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Maybe 1 or 2 more. I wouldn't expect too many more. This seems to be a season in the A-League men's, as it is for many other clubs around the league, where youngsters are being promoted. Obviously, money is a tricky thing to come by at the moment in the A-League. So we're having to, rather than bringing in players from overseas, promote young players, give them an opportunity, which I think is a good thing. To obviously give these young players more game time. So yeah, I don't think we will. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Maybe 1 or 2 more, Bailey. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about Mariners maybe bringing in more players? Centre back is maybe the one position we're looking at. I mean, Harrington's obviously come in, and look, Nathan Paul starting tonight, left side of centre back. I do like Nathan Paul. I think he has played some good games for the Mariners last season. I remember in the Australia Cup round of 32, that's where he made his debut last year against Sydney, and he was good in that game. But was mostly spent time on the bench last season. And there we go. Bailey says it here in the chat as well. I think one more centre back because I don't really trust Paul. Yeah, that might be the position. Aside from that, I think we're looking pretty well covered around pretty much every other position on the pitch. I mean, obviously, you think of some of the names not even involved in the squad tonight. Dylan Winslow-Hall's another striking option. Christian Theoharis not involved with the match day squad. Hopefully, those guys, hopefully they're not carrying any like major injuries or anything. Is there anyone else that I'm missing from this Mariners squad? I don't think. Oh, Harry Steele is the other one. No, Harry Steele in the match day squad tonight. McCalmont. Nice switch from Alpha McCalmont. Finds Fahau on the right. Inside for DiPizio. Victor Fahau has been really involved so far. It's been good to see. Brazilian winger brought into the side. McCalmont. Nice pass. Into the path of Lucas Moragas. Docker. DiPizio. We're building. We're building, man. Mariners are building here. Breaks down for Fahau, though. There's too many defenders in the road. Credit to Heidelberg, who, look, 35 minutes into this game, have been defending really strongly so far. Moragas, left-hand side. Loves getting forward, is he, Lucas Moragas? But that's good defending, man. Heidelberg is saying so well organised at the back. Storm Rue getting up from defence. Fahau on the right. Delivery's a bit deep. Comes out to McCalmont. Looks like he wants to have a go, and he will. McCalmont, good save from Souza down to his left. Alfie McCalmont, very nice. Good effort. Benjamin says Nizzy would look good in a Spurs jersey. Hey, for those that don't know, I am a Tottenham fan. They are my Premier League team. That would make me very happy. Mariners and Tottenham fan. Turner Wilson, isn't there a derby with Mariners and Jets in Sydney? Correct, Turner, there is. Central Coast Mariners will be playing Newcastle Jets on the Friday night of the Unite round in Sydney. That's round 5, November 22. Not the first time that an F3 derby is being played at Allianz Stadium. Of course, the two teams played off in the 2008 A-League Men's Grand Final, where Jets won 1-0 at Allianz Stadium. I was at that game. A very much younger me. Many years ago now. Auckland FC have won their first ever game. Did they win tonight? I saw they were playing a preseason game. They won. There you go. Very nice. They played a game last week, didn't they? I think they drew 2-2, if I remember. But there you go. Auckland winning. Thanks for that update there, Marcus. Victor Fahau, right-hand side for the Coast. Not too much longer remaining in this first half. 0-0. Heidelberg United defending well, staying in this game. They've had a couple chances of their own. Victor Fahau showed some promising signs, though. Interested to see that he's been given the start as well tonight, thrown straight into the team. The most recent of the new signings for the Coasties. Docker. Corner here for the Coast. Delivery. Again, no one really in the vicinity of the delivery from Docker. Still on, though. Interested to see them. It's almost like Mariners are almost going to somewhat of like a 4-3-3 when in possession. Miguel De Pizio sort of drifting out to the right-hand side, and Alpha McCalmott's getting into some pretty decent advanced positions as well. Plenty of threat in that front line for the Mariners. Lucas Moraga staying pretty high as well on that left. We saw this a lot from Mark Jackson's Mariners last season when in possession as well, dropping into, I guess, a back three, you could say as well. Storm Rue and Caltac and Paul slotting into that back three, allowing Lucas Moraga to get higher up the pitch. We saw a similar thing last season on many occasions. Great question, Bailey. Who is your player to watch this season for the Mariners? Ooh. I mean, it's got to be Miguel De Pizio. I think he's set for a huge season. I think he's set for plenty of game time. I think he's going to be starting. I think he's going to be a really, really key player in the starting lineup for the Central Coast this year. So, Miguel De Pizio, I think he's set for a huge breakout season. Olsen with a shot for Heidelberg wide. Nice play there, though, from the hosts. They did well to create that opportunity in the former Brisbane Roar player. Strikes wide. I say breakout season for this season for Miguel De Pizio because I still think, I don't know if I regard last season as a breakout season for him. He scored a few goals here and there. Obviously, the grand final goal, the most important for Miguel De Pizio. I think he's still got so much more to offer, man. I love him. I think he's a fantastic player and a great talent. So, yeah. Of course, we're going to be staying live following full time in this game because it's the round of 16 draw. Very excited to see what matchups we have in the next round of the Cup. Plenty of NPL's opposition. Plenty of NPL clubs, I should say, still around in the Cup. Nice turn. Heidelberg United. Oh, great opportunity for the hosts. Header goes wide for them. Olsen recovers, and the delivery is headed away well by Tap. Dude. This has turned into a pretty even game. I mean, Mariners were in cruise control for the first quarter of an hour. But Heidelberg United haven't been shy to get forward and create some opportunities. Don't know if they've managed to register a shot on target at this point. A few of their efforts flying wide. Marcus, interesting question. Which team has surprised you the most in the transfer window? Which team has surprised me the most in the transfer window? It's an interesting question. We'll come back to that one because here comes Nick Olsen for Heidelberg. Delivery in from Lesiotis. Still in possession here, the hosts. Moraga's having to do some defending, and the short delivery is cleared away. Marcus asked, which team has surprised you most in the transfer window? Maybe Perth Glory. They've made some pretty interesting signings, and some of their signings are already looking pretty good. I mean, they've brought in some players from NPL level from around the country. Abdul Faisal is the one that's really impressed so far in the couple appearances he's had in the Australia Cup. He's already scored 3 goals in 2 games. Nathaniel Blair's another one who was at Western Sydney Wanderers. He scored 3 goals in 2 games. Oh my God, it's a penalty. Heidelberg United have just been awarded a penalty. Got in behind down the left. Brian Kaltak committing the foul. They've been pushing, man. They've been pushing Heidelberg. Oh, dude, I tell you what, that almost looks outside the box. That almost looked outside the box. Obviously, he went if the fall was in the box. But the contact, that could have been close. Turner says not a pen. Leanne says pen. Well, what a huge moment here in this game. Heidelberg United with a chance to take the lead against the reigning A-League champions. Adam Pavlicic in his debut for the Central Coast with the opportunity to make himself a hero here. Here we go. Oh, it's a goal. Heidelberg United take the lead. Well struck penalty. Pavlicic may have gotten a hand to it. Couldn't keep it out. It's 1-0 to Heidelberg. It's been coming, man. It's been coming for the last 15 minutes or so. They've been looking really good, the hosts. Again, the replays of that foul. Contact, was there enough? No VAR in the Australia Cup competition. Pavlicic absolutely got a hand to that too. Guess the right way, dude. Just the power on it. The right amount of power. Despite Pavlicic getting a hand on that. Heidelberg United take the lead. Come on, Heidelberg, says Marcus. Yes, we will be playing Griddle well, we might play it either at halftime or at full time while we wait for the draw. No, we'll probably play it at halftime. Leanne is definitely not a pen. It's one of those tricky ones, hey. I mean, it's always dangerous. If you've got close contact there from the back, you run the risk. And Kalczak, experienced defender, maybe could have done better there. So close to an amazing save. Oh, dude, I mean, that would have been incredible. What a way to start your Mariners career if Adam Pavlicic had saved that. But with just a minute left to go in this half, Heidelberg United with a 1-goal lead against Central Coast Mariners. This is now really intriguing. Central Coast Mariners, who have had some good passages of play in this game, now need to push a little bit harder. But quite incredible seeing what the Victorian clubs are doing this year in the Cup. Oakley Cannons defeating Sydney FC last week, 3-1. South Melbourne defeating Wellington Phoenix 1-0 last night. I mean, are we on the verge of yet another NPL Victoria side knocking out an A-League giant? Still 45 minutes to go, but Heidelberg United have a valuable 1-goal lead in the final match day of the round of 32. Victor Feijoa showed some good signs in this first half on the ball and wins the foul. 2 minutes of added time, by the way. Turner says Feijoa needs to cross to Kowal because he's taller. Definitely going to be the option in the air, Kowal, but my goodness, he's been very quiet this game. Ali Kowal, he's barely touched the ball. We haven't seen him involved barely at all, I think, in this game, Ali Kowal. DePizio has been involved quite a lot. The Mariners have really been utilising this right-hand side where Feijoa and DePizio is playing quite a lot. Good turn from Docker. Can Mariners create one more opportunity to give themselves a chance? Kowal shoots! Oh, Alu Kowal. Very, very, very close indeed. That's millimeters away. It was dipping, but it just sails over Yaron Souza's bar. Oh, dude, he may have gotten a touch on that as well, Yaron Souza. I mean, got up for it. May have gotten the slightest touch. Bailey says, we better not lose this. Also says, I want to see Harrington come on at halftime instead of Paul. Again, they're showing replays of that penalty decision. I mean, I don't know. Now, I almost wonder whether the foul was committed outside the box. It obviously looks like it's inside the box. The players are, sprinting into the box and he falls into the box. But if you look at where the foul's made, probably just on the edge of the box there. Turner says Call needs more ball. Yeah, he's barely been involved. Barely been involved. And we look at the subs bench as well, and potentially some of these guys will need to come on in the second half and have an impact. Ryan Edmondson, probably the one to watch out for in the second half. Heidelberg United with one last opportunity here. The ball comes in and Tap has to clear. And that will signal half-time in this round of 32 matchup. Heidelberg United of NPL Victoria lead last year's treble winners, last year's A-League men's champions, Central Coast Mariners. 1-0. Pretty even half overall. I mean, Mariners really dominated the opening 15 minutes, didn't they? Some great opportunities. Alu Kowal with a good strike towards the end of the half there. some great play. I mean, Victor Fahau in his debut looking pretty good. Miguel Pizio very, very, very involved up to this point. But Central Coast Mariners are going to need some more because in the 43rd minute, Heidelberg United converted that penalty and they lead this game. How do we feel so far? How do we feel? Leanne says he was clipped outside the box. Bailey says Caltech barely touched him. I mean, the contact was minimal, wasn't it? The contact was minimal. Hey, how's the scores in the other games going? Let me know in the chat if you guys are tracking any of the other games. Olympic playing Apia Leichhardt, 0-0 in that game. And 2-0 to NWS Spirit over Glenorchy Knights as well. Interesting. Olympic and Apia Leichhardt, I mean, that was one of the games to watch in this round of 32. Two top teams in their respective leagues. G'day, Xander. Good to see you here. Says, bloody hell, what is going on? We could have 3 upsets already. Quite incredible, hey. Quite incredible. And as you say, there's Xander, Sydney out, Nick's out, and potentially Central Coast Mariners out. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. And we could be set up for a quite historic Australia Cup campaign if this does go this way, where it's going to be NPL teams running the show. I mean, what A-League teams do we have left? I mean, Adelaide, Wanderers, Melbourne Victory, Perth Glory. Who else is left, dude? Newcastle Jets got a win against Rockdale, Illingdon last week. Who else we got left? That's the thing. I mean, you look at the round of 16, and then obviously we've got the draw later tonight. We're going to be staying live for that later tonight as well. But yeah, it's quite incredible. Having a look at the bench that the Mariners have listed here as well. Wachowski, obviously backup keeper. Harrington, a new centre back who was signed for the club. Noah Smith, great to see him back from injury and listed on the team sheet. Sash Kazewski, an option for the right-hand side as well. Will Wilson got limited game time in the second half of last season. Could be an option for midfield. Bailey Brantman could provide something in attack as well as Ryan Edmondson. Of course, Ryan Edmondson, the hero and Joe Marston winner for last year's A-League Men's Grand Final, scoring a brace against Melbourne Victory to win the championship for the Coast. This round of 32 has just been insane so far. It's had everything. Hasn't it? All right, in just a moment, we're going to play Griddle. For those that don't know, Griddle is an A-League player guessing game. I'm just going to pull it up here in a sec. You can play at griddlegame.com.au, I think. And it's a good opportunity for us to test our A-League knowledge. So let's do that now, shall we? Give us a second here as we adjust the sizing a little bit. So we've had some mixed performances of Griddle in recent streams. This has turned into a bit of a tradition for us here on the Coast Watch Football live streams, where we bring in the Griddle. I will read some of these comments from Xander. Sydney need to sign some experience, man. Says, I love that we are finally playing youth. I'm begging that for years, but also experience. Yeah, man. I feel like Sydney is still really lacking some key experience signings for sure. I mean, with the departures of Bratton and Rodwell at Serda. Maybe, another centre back, another CDM. Yeah. As you say there, Xander says need a 9, a 6, and a goalkeeper. Says Redmayne is past his prime, unfortunately. Marcus got 8 in Griddle. That's great. Wow. So let's see how we go today. Adelaide United, Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners, our clubs involved. We're looking for players born in the 2000s, 20-plus substitute appearances, and scored in a penalty shootout. Wow. Okay. Scored in a penalty shootout. Craig Goodwin's probably a guess we could go for. There we go. Good start. Scored in a penalty shootout for Sydney FC. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Trying to think of famous penalty shootouts over the years in the A-League. For the Sky Blues, man. Penalty shootouts for them. Oh, of course. We got to think about the 2019 Grand Final. That's probably the most recent for Sydney FC, in the A-League at least. as far as I can remember. That's the most recent. And who would have scored for Sydney FC in that penalty shootout? Potentially a certain Milos Ninkovic. There we go. 2 for 2. Good start. Good start. We are testing our A-League knowledge live here for our halftime entertainment here. 1-0, Heidelberg United leading Central Coast Mariners. Scored in a penalty shootout for Central Coast Mariners. A-League shootouts for the Mariners. I remember we had one against Perth Glory in like 2012, I think it was. Any other penalty shootouts in recent years, dude? Oh, that's a tricky one. We might have to think back to that 2012 knockout match against Perth Glory. Surely there's been another penalty shootout for the Mariners. I mean, obviously we missed out on finals for many years there. We've been in finals for the last couple of years. We haven't had any penalty shootouts in recent years, have we? I'm going to go John Hutchinson here. Just because I don't think anyone else is coming to mind. John Hutchinson played a number of games for Mariners and has indeed scored in a penalty shootout. Ooh, that was nervy. That was nervy. Very nervy indeed. Let's see how else we can go here. 20 plus sub appearances. I mean, Nestori Irankunda is probably the easiest answer we can go for here. Irankunda, Nestori Irankunda. There we go. Sydney FC, 20 plus sub appearances for the Sky Blues. Again, there's going to be so many players we can go for here. 20 plus substitute appearances. Substitute appearances, man. I mean, would someone like Ryan Grant have that many sub appearances? I mean, he's been there for so many years. I'm just going to go Ryan Grant. Surely he's had at least 20. 34, there you go. Pretty regular starter, obviously, for the last number of years now for Sydney. 20 plus substitute appearances for Mariners. We can go for someone like Nick Fitzgerald, who came off the bench a number of times for Mariners, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. We slipped. 15 sub-appearances for the Central Coast. Nick Fitzgerald. Huge slip there in a Mariners square. Born in the 2000s for Central Coast Mariners, Nathan Paul, playing tonight. For Sydney FC, a player born in the 2000s. Well, this one's pretty easy, isn't it? There's heaps of players we can go for. We can go for Corey Holman here. And for Adelaide United, again, we can go Kikianis. Okay. Oh, dude. Let's see who we missed in the square I got wrong. If you guys played Griddle today, let me know what your score was. See, we had some answer suggestions in the chat. Daniel McBreen, Ryan Grant, Alex Brosk. Oh, goodness. We missed out on all these players. Alec Kowal's a player who's made 20 plus bench appearances. Adam Kwasnik. Daniel McBreen, who's literally on the broadcast tonight for 10 play. Harry Steele, that's one who we probably could have gone for. A more recent one as well. So 8 out of 9. Ooh, disappointed to miss a Mariners square there. Very disappointed indeed. Eight out of 9 in Griddle will take it. Second half, just around the corner in this one. Heidelberg United 1, Central Coast Mariners 0. We are staying live after this game as well for the draw of the round of 16. And the exciting thing as well for this draw this season is that they're not just doing the standard draw from the round of 16. We are getting the full draw for the rest of the tournament. We're going to see what the matchups will be. We're going to basically get like a full bracket of the round of 16, which is very exciting. So very, very excited to see how that plays out as well. What is that app called? The game that we just played is called Griddle. You can check it out at, let me double check the website here. Griddlegame.com? Griddlegame.com, I believe it is. Made by the guys at Ultimate A-League. Shout out to the Ultimate A-League. Fantastic website for A-League player information. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. All right, how are we feeling ahead of the second half? Do we want to see any changes? What are our predictions? What are our expectations? Central Coast Mariners, they weren't poor in that first half. They had some good opportunities, some good passages of play. Do we just need some more changes? Does something need to be tweaked tactically? That's the question. Elise's on the chat. Good to see you here. Says, do you think Perth Glory can make the finals? Based off what we've seen so far, man, in the round of 32 and the playoffs matches for Perth Glory, there's a chance. They've been playing some crazy good football, man. They're looking really dangerous in front of goal. And I think there's a good chance. The question then becomes, like, who would drop out of that top 6 conversation? And maybe they're still lacking some quality players, but some of the young new signings are doing really well with the likes of Abdul Faisal and Nathaniel Blair already scoring a handful of goals in the cup. Yeah, man. Yeah, Perth Glory could be one of these like dark horse teams this season, you know what I mean? Real dangerous side to watch this year, Perth Glory potentially. And look, everyone's really excited, obviously, about David Zrilich and what he's bringing to Perth Glory. He's obviously a coach he was at Sydney FC last season as an assistant under Ufutale. Now getting the chance to lead Perth Glory. And it's looking like exciting times ahead this season at Perth Glory, at least in terms of playing some entertaining football. So, another look at the current lineup graphic here for the Central Coast Mariners. Obviously, they are our focus tonight, the A-League champions. Let's talk about those players on the bench. We've got Harrington, Smith, Kozewski, Wilson, Brantman, Edmondson, obviously Wachowski, the backup goalkeeper as well. Edmondson's has to be the one that we're looking for, man, to make an impact in this game. Has to be the one. Bailey asks, says, I think Fayahal will score. He's looked good. He's looked good on that right-hand side. Victor Fayahal creating some good opportunities. He's had a couple of opportunities where he's been able to cut the ball back inside, but just hasn't found a teammate. So we're getting into like the right positions. We're getting into the areas. The build-up play is good, but just that final ball is maybe just missing a little bit. Looks like there's a bit of two midfield players that just swapped around a little bit. McCalmont playing more so on that left-hand side. Bradley Tapp on the right. Brad Tapp, I mean, he's going to be really key, I think, this season for the Mariners as well. I'd expect him to sort of be that the new Max Ballard. I know he played alongside Max Ballard for a lot of last season, and Brad Tapp sort of sitting as that deep line midfielder. McCalmont looks like he's been getting forward a bit more in this game. He's sort of a box-to-box midfielder. McCalmont as well. G'day, Boston in the chat says, good game so far, mate. I'm hoping for a gut set tonight. Good to see you here, Boston. Bring on Wilson, says Turner. Turner. Is there a relation? Is there a relation there at all to Will Wilson? I'm just noticing that Turner Wilson. Is there a relation there? Justin a bit earlier asked, do you think Kowal needs to score more this season? Or are you happy with him? Does he need to score more? I think he does need to score more. I think he's capable of more goals. He played a lot of games for Mariners last season. He did have plenty of games he came on off the bench. And I think there's still more to come from Ali Kowal. There's still a lot of potential for Ali Kowal to achieve greater heights. And didn't score too many goals last season. Just a handful. And considering the number of games that he played. Yeah. All right. Teams are returning to the field for the second half. And looking at the broadcast, Ryan Edmondson is on the field. The 99 is on the field. We'll keep an eye on who's coming off. But speaking of Ali Kowal there, it might be Kowal coming off the field. G'day to Newy Jets in the chat. Good to see you here. Good to see you here, Newy Jets. I saw your video on Instagram earlier today from the Lantern Jaffers Melbourne victory game. Newy Jets, very good stuff. That's right, Marcus. We love Canva. All right. Having a look at the players on the pitch. Ali Kowal is still on the field. Byron Edmondson is there as well. So Kowal is not off. So it's not a straight swap to the striker position there. Ryan Edmondson maybe playing in a wide role. Victor Fayahal, I think, was receiving treatment at one point a bit earlier on. So maybe he was the one to make way, potentially. What happened to Wenzel Halls, asks Marcus. He's still involved with the squad. He's been spotted in training photos and all that stuff. He was given a new kit number. He's wearing 23 for this season, so I think he is still involved. It's just not getting picked in the teams at the moment. Maybe he's carrying an injury. Newy Jets 3-1 Mariners is my prediction. Thanks, New Jets. Appreciate the Mariners' prediction. And hopefully we do come back here in the second half and come away with a win from this match. All right, change is made for the Mariners. It is Victor Feijoa coming from the field, and looks like Ryan Edmondson will be playing on the left-hand side, so that would suggest that the number 10, Nicky Docker, heading over to the right-hand side. Ryan Edmondson, obviously the impact player from last year's grand final, had a great impact in that grand final, about scoring 2 goals, wearing the number 99. Wearing the number 99 for the Mariners. He'll be playing off that left-hand side. So here's how the Coast look heading into this second half. Appreciate you guys being here for this live watch-along second half. About to get underway. Central Coast Mariners, Heidelberg United. Hit the like button to support the channel. You can also consider sending through a super chat to support. I appreciate you guys just being here as always. Great to see so many familiar names in the chat. And if you're new here, welcome. Looking to create a nice community of like-minded football fans here, passionate about football in Australia. And this is one of the most exciting competitions in Australian football, the Australia Cup. A-League oppositions meeting NPL teams. Second half is underway, everyone. The clock is a-ticking. And the clock is well and truly ticking for the Mariners, who trail in this game and, of course, have aspirations of lifting yet another trophy in 2024. 3 trophies lifted for the Mariners men's team in 2024 so far. The AFC Cup, the A-League Premiership, the A-League Championship as well. Mariners have never won the Australia Cup in the 10 years that the competition has been around. They made it to the grand final in 2021 against Melbourne Victory, lost that one at Amy Park. 2 consecutive losses in the round of 32. They do not want to make it 3 consecutive round of 32 defeats. But one change for this second half. Ryan Edmondson is on. Ryan Edmondson is on. And that means Victor Feijoa, 45-minute debut, showed some promising signs, man. Playing on the right-hand side. Looked very good. Bailey says, I think DiPizio will go out wide and Edmondson up top with Kual. That's actually a fair suggestion, Bailey. We'll keep an eye on that to see whether that is the case. Tell you what, you might be right. Looks like Edmondson is playing centrally at the moment. DiPizio out on the left, so good eyes there, Bailey. We'll adjust that lineup graphic in a sec as Mariners look to start this second half brightly. Getting themselves on the ball. Sam, g'day Sam, asks, when's the round of 16 draw? The round of 16 draw is following full time in this match, and we will be staying live. So if you guys want to catch the round of 16 draw, well, my reaction to it at least, you can stick around here on the stream. We will be keeping an eye on the round of 16 draw, seeing what matchups we have. So it takes place after full time in these matches. Of course, 2 other games tonight, so we might have to wait till those games finish up if those games do go to extra time and potentially penalties. Mariners started this game brightly in the first half. They were really controlling things, and I'll be looking to make a similar start to the second half. Ball in towards Kowal. Got a head on it, but it couldn't really get much power on that one. Ali Kowal, who was very quiet in that first half. We want to see him more involved. We were talking about Ali Kowal a bit earlier. Had a decent season last time around, maybe hoping to score more goals this year. We know a play with immense potential, Ali Kowal. Another season leading the line for the Mariners. Ryan Edmondson is joining him up top for this second half. As Bailey rightly pointed out in the chat, looks like DiPizio's coming out to the left-hand side. Mikhail Docker over to the right. Here's Moragas. Driving down the left. Cross is blocked, and it will be a corner for the Central Coast. 3 minutes in. Thanks for the update, Perth Glory Short. Says Olympic FC, Happy Leichhardt, 0-0. Sam asks, how's Lucas Moragas been looking? I can understand you're checking in on Lucas Moragas being a Jets fan yourself there, Sam. He's looking good so far. He's been involved on the left-hand side, as he always is. Lucas Moragas. Short ball from the corner here. Mariners looking to work it into the box, and it will be another corner for the Coasties. And appreciate that update as well. Perth Glory as well. Perth Glory Shorts, Northwest Sydney Spirit, leading Glenorchy Knights of Tasmania 2-0. Another corner hit. Second corner of the game, in fact, for the Mariners. Moragas, outswinger. Low delivery. Tricky one. Heidelberg United are breaking away here. Oh, here's a great chance for the hosts. Nick Olsen down the right-hand side. Here come Heidelberg. The effort is a decent one, but Adam Pavlicic able to pluck it out of the air. Man, Heidelberg United again, just really eager to get forward when they do have just even like a hint of an opportunity. 5 minutes in and already a frantic start to the second half. Sam asks, were you surprised that Wellington lost? I mean, a little bit, but not really. They were a team. I mean, I put out a poll here on YouTube a couple days ago asking which of the A-League teams in action this week, being Melbourne Victory, Central Coast Mariners, and Wellington Phoenix, which of those three teams would you expect getting knocked out this week in a cup set? Most of people answered Wellington Phoenix. And that was my prediction in the prediction video I did a couple weeks ago. I called Wellington to lose to South Melbourne. And South Melbourne have had a decent season this year and playing well, scoring plenty of goals. Defensively, very good. And Wellington Phoenix, a side who are still sort of trying to build their squad for this upcoming campaign. They've lost some key players. And we saw Wellington last night field a very, very, very youthful squad. Very talented young players, don't get me wrong, in that Wellington team, but they just lacked. They experienced. They just did not have that balance in that squad last night, unfortunately for them. So it was almost not too surprising. Yeah. Nearly everyone voted for them, that's right. Yeah, Wellington. I think you look at Melbourne Victory and Central Coast Mariners, and the teams are a bit more complete at the moment. Whereas Wellington, I'd expect them to make some more signings. They've only made 2 signings this transfer window, Wellington Phoenix, bringing in Marco Rojas from Brisbane Roar and Paolo Retre, who's returned after a stint in India. Come on, Edmondson, says Leanne. That's right. Come on, Edmondson, indeed. He's already an iconic Mariners player after his grand final performance. Moragas on the left, cutting in. Delivering, looking towards Kowal. It's here for Docker, who controls and shoots. Oh, it's in! Mariners have equalised! Mickey Docker finds the back of the net. May have taken a deflection. It's 1-1. All square in the second half. Yaron Souza, the former Mariners keeper, couldn't keep it out. Delivery from Moragas. Headed away. Heidelberg couldn't deal with it. And the left-footed strike too. Oh, must have taken a deflection. It surely did off Ben Collins. Yaron Souza, wrong-footed. Having a look at this replay here. Yeah, absolutely. Deflection, taking the ball past Yaron Souza. It is 1-1. Mariners scored their first goal of the new season. It's Mikhail Docker, one of their better players last season. Fantastic. Fantastic. Really important to score early on in the second half just to settle the nerves a little bit here. Mariners were trailing, heading into the break, but here comes Heidelberg, the shot over the bar. Shepherd firing wide. Again, the delivery from Moragas. Look, the cross from Moragas wasn't great, was it? I mean, it was pretty easily defended, but the header away was not great because Docker was there for it. And he did well to take it past Olsen and then the deflection, man. I mean, that's football for you. Docker, indeed, Adam. Important goal. Important goal early in the second half to get Mariners back into the game. Moragas brought down. DePizio keeps going. Nice pass from McCalmont, who's been good in his debut so far. Alu Kowal on the ball, still going. Chips it into the box. There's Moragas looking inwards towards Edmondson, and Yaron Souza ends up with the ball for Heidelberg United. That goal may have just sparked Mariners into life. Sam says, I sometimes feel bad for Wellington, as they don't have the opportunities Australian clubs have, where they can compete against clubs from other countries like AFC Cup or whatever it's called. That's right, yeah, they cannot compete in Asian competitions. Asian Champions League Elite, it's now called, the top division of Asian club competitions. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for Wellington Phoenix. They're one of the few clubs in the world who can't really qualify for any sort of continental competition. They're playing in a Australian league, but because they're from New Zealand, they don't qualify as an ASC club. Ooh, oh, dude! Oh, shaky moment in the back for Heidelberg. Ben Collins deflected clearance. Almost ended up in the back of the net as an embarrassing own goal. G'day, Tan Lee. Good to see you here. Says, I just joined. What's your opinion on the Mariners transfers? I'm optimistic that they're going to work out. I mean, obviously losing Nisbet and Farrell and Hall and Ballard, huge losses. Huge departures for the Mariners. I mean, that goes without saying. But I trust that Mark Jackson, the coach, has brought in the right players to fill those gaps. I mean, McCalmont into midfield tonight has looked very, very good. Victor Fahau was on in the first half, and he was good. Lucas Moragas replacing Farrell left back again. Very solid left back option, and he's worked hard in this game. So I'm okay with the move so far, and I'm sure there's plenty of young players from the academy who are set to step up this season as well. So Mariners have been pretty good in the transfer windows the last couple of years. It's worked out for us, and I got to believe that Mark Jackson, we Mariners fans, we have to have faith in Mark Jackson. That's going to work out for us once again. Justin asks if they joined, going back to that Wellington Phoenix discussion, if they joined the Asian Federation, they could play in Asia. Sorry, it doesn't ask. States that. Yeah, for New Zealand to join Asia, yeah. They could, but it's unlikely, says Sam. Good ball from McCalmont, man. He's showed his passing range this game in his debut, Alfie McCalmont. And so involved. Passing to the feet of Ryan Edmondson. Moragas has been in this spot so many times tonight. That left-hand side with the opportunity to cross. It's a real feature of Mark Jackson's game where one of the fullbacks gets really, really high, and it's really going to suit Lucas Moragas' game because that's where he really flourishes in advanced positions there, whipping balls into the box. So that's what we're seeing at the moment from the Mariners. Moragas really getting high on the left, and Docker's staying pretty wide out on the right-hand side. Pizio and McCalmont doing plenty of creative work in the midfield areas. Just going to try and see a bit more of our strike partnership at the moment. Ryan Edmondson and Kowal just a little bit quiet at the moment, hey? Thoughts on the Adelaide kit? Asks Sam. Love it. Love it. Very clean kit. Really, really neat design. First A-League kit we've got for the new season. Obviously, we've had a bunch of Australia Cup kits released for A-League clubs. It's the first A-League team to release their kit for the new A-League season. Love it. The nice, subtle design on it and everything. And, Yeah, it's the first time in a while that they've gone for like a pretty much all red design. We saw last season they had like the blue shorts, and they've integrated sort of yellow and blue into it over a number of years. But this one is pretty much predominantly red. Goal scored in one of the other games tonight. NWS Spirit from Sydney have scored their third goal against Glenorchy Knights of Tasmania. 3-0 in that game. So Spirit look like they are cruising through to the round of 16. All right. Edmondson taking one first time. Flying wide. That effort. Tan Lee asks, which clubs have the best transfers? Ooh. Best transfers. I think Melbourne Victory have done very good in the transfer window so far. Brought in some good players with Josh Rawlins, Ren Episcopo, Jing Reese, and a handful of players joining the club there at Victory. Brendan Hamill's back as well. They've got Mitchell Angarak arriving in January. So I think Melbourne Victory have done very, very well. At the moment, Perth Glory's transfer business looks like it's been very good too. I mean, they've signed like some young players, like some players from NPL level from around the country, and they're already looking really good. I mean, Abdul Faisal and Nathaniel Blair have already scored 3 goals each in 2 games in the Australia Cup. That's pretty impressive. So Perth Glory, in terms of like value for money, you know what I mean? Like they're bringing in players who we maybe didn't expect too much from and have already, looking pretty good. Perth Glory shorts, of course, says Perth Glory to that question as well. Leanne says Melbourne City won't do good this season. They're one of these teams, to keep an eye on for this season. Hey, they are losing 5-4 in the round of 32 against Glory. And you look at the squad, and it's an interesting one. Melbourne City. They've lost a lot of key players with Tolgay Arslan, Curtis Good, Nuno Reis, Jamie McLaren departing the club. Some big losses. Hello to Troy in the chat. Good to see you here as always, Troy. Hope you're doing well. Troy says, "Hey, Lockie. Close game this one. Of course, we are still in pre-season, but liking the look of Victoria and Alfie so far. Hard to replace our midfield machines." Spot on there, Troy. Of course, so hard to replace those guys with the likes of Nisbet and Ballard departing for the Mariners. But yeah, I'm right with you there, Troy. I thought Vitor Fehal looked really good in that first half on that right-hand side. Alfie McCalmon's been great in this game. Passing range has been superb. Working really, really hard. Playing sort of this box-to-box midfield role, if you like. Wearing number 8 as well. We have faith in Mark Jackson, man. We trust him. Hello to Palash in the chat. Asks, where do you think Perth will finish in the upcoming season? It's a good question. I did my early ladder prediction a few weeks ago here on the channel. You can check out the video afterwards if you're interested. And where did I call Perth to finish there? Like, I think in the bottom 4 again. I think maybe like bottom 2. I think I said like second last or something like that. Third last, something like that. They could well finish there again, but based off what we've seen so far, they're playing some really exciting attacking football. If they can tighten some things up defensively, they could finish close to the top 6. I don't know if I'm brave enough to call them to finish in the top 6 just yet. But who knows? They could jump up closer to 8th, 7th. They could really challenge for the top 6 there. So if I had to give you a Perth Glory prediction right now, I'd probably say mid-table. They're probably jumping up a little bit for me based on what we've seen so far in pre-season. Troy says, in Jacko we trust. That's right. What are your thoughts on pre-season? As in like the Mariners pre-season so far? Obviously, it's still pretty early days, but I mean, it would be a great start to obviously get a win here in the Australia Cup. If we can get the win here and have a good cup run, that sets us up really, really nicely for the A-League season, doesn't it? Obviously, that goes without saying. All bouncing forward. Oh, almost broke away there for Edmondson. We've seen one change so far for the Mariners in this game. Ryan Edmondson came on at halftime for Victor Fahau. Still got some decent options on the bench. Youthful options with the likes of Harrington, Kozewski, Brantman. Wilson's there, Noah Smith. But if we are still needing to chase this goal, we might need someone like Bailey Brantman, who's another dynamic attacking player. Can play through the middle or even out wide. Will Wilson's another guy we might see come on to jump into a midfield role. Obviously, it's the A-League teams have only been training for a few weeks now for some of them. Just in general, in regards to pre-season, says Troy, some people don't seem to care about pre-season at all. But I don't get that. Always good to start well, get match fitness, and potentially a trophy. Yeah, man. I mean, absolutely a chance for a trophy here, especially with Mariners looking to pick up a fourth trophy this year. That's definitely a big drawing card for sure for the Mariners. Very important to get good results in pre-season. A good pre-season sets up a good A-League season, that's for sure. So yeah, of course. Of course, we want to have successful results and do well in pre-season. My only takeaway with pre-season is that it's too long. And everyone feels that way in Australia. It's just too long. And hopefully with the addition of more teams, we do see the season extended. A bit of a dangerous challenge here from Miguel DiPizio, who has been fouled. The studs were raised. Didn't appear to be in contact with the Heidelberg player. The free kick does go the way of the hosts. Got another change here for the Mariners. We do. Sasha Kozewski's coming on. Return for Sasha Kozewski after he missed much of last season due to injury. Great to see him back. Played from the Mariners Academy. And it looks like Mikhail Docker's coming off. Sasha Kozewski with an opportunity here to make an impact for the Mariners in this cup game. He only made a handful of appearances in his Mariners career, but he'll be playing on that right-hand side. Now can play as right back or a right midfielder. Plenty of pace, Sasha Kozewski. It's an interesting change. You just wonder whether, obviously, bringing Mikhail Docker off is an interesting one, but whether Docker's maybe carrying an injury or something like that. Or obviously it being, early in pre-season. Mikhail Docker just balancing minutes. Did you play any friendlies before the cup? Asks Justin. Not that we're aware of. Mariners didn't make any. If there were any friendlies, didn't post about them or anything like that. So to my knowledge, I don't think we played any friendlies at the moment, leading into this game. So this is basically the first hit out of the season for the Mariners, as far as we're aware. There has been a few sides playing friendlies. Adelaide United have been doing a really good job on the social media sites, sharing about their friendlies. Sydney FC, Newcastle Jets played a friendly game a few weeks ago as well. Auckland FC have also been busy playing friendlies, preparing for their inaugural season. As Perth Glory Shorts mentions there, that's right, yeah, they played Armidale the other week. 68 minutes have gone by in Heidelberg, and 1-1 is the scoreline. It's been quite an incredible round of 32 so far in the Australia Cup, with so many A-League clubs being knocked out of the Cup. Sydney FC losing to Oakley Cannons. Wellington Phoenix losing out to South Melbourne last night. And it's the teams from Victoria who have been a real threat. They're the teams that you want to avoid in this cup competition for this year. City did the same with their preseason games. So 2 changes for the Mariners in this game so far. Edmondson came on for Vitor Feijoa at the halftime break. Sasha Kozewski has just come on for Nick Aldoka on the right-hand side. Great to see Sasha Kozewski returning from injury here, featuring in the first team for the Mariners. Match possession on the broadcast. 56 to the Mariners. It is pretty close, 56 to 44. Favouring the visitors. With 20 minutes to go, the question mark of extra time is beginning to linger. Heidelberg United have done so well tonight to match the A-League champions. They've been so well organised in defence, and a long ball here has worked out for the hosts. Can they manufacture an opportunity? Nice run, and the effort. He's going to sail wide, and it will go wide for a corner deflection. They've been so dangerous on the counter-attack as well. Mariners struggling to deal with Heidelberg United when they do break away on pace there. Maybe committing just too many numbers forward at times, the Central Coast. And after playing 70 minutes here, Heidelberg United have another corner. Third corner of the game, in fact, for Heidelberg. Another golden opportunity. They haven't had too many chances in the second half too, but here it is. Out swinging corner away by Kaltak. The host is still in possession. Kaltak again with a defensive header. He's so good in those situations as Brian Kaltak. I mean, the number of defensive interventions and clearances that he makes, he really racks up the numbers in that category. Edmondson trying to drive forward and gets the ball to the feet of Kozewski in the middle of the park. Opts to feed it back to Root. He then looks to go long for the switch to Moragas. Love it. Mariners. I mean, look at the way Heidelberg here are just setting up so compact in defence. So well organised. Some decent numbers here in the crowd as well. But Mariners are really struggling to find a route through to goal. Mikael Docker grabbing the one and only goal for the Central Coast early on in the second half. This build-up play is good though. Knocking the ball around, looking for that right pass. Paul out wide to Moragas. Here we go. Bit of space. Moragas taking on the defender and delivering. Maybe a bit of a push in the middle. Play on. Dangerous delivery. There's Edmondson. Can't get the shot off. Dude, this defending from Heidelberg United. It is desperate. They're putting their bodies on the line. And they have worked so hard to have this game at 1-1. As we edge closer to full time, here comes Nick Olsen for Heidelberg. The challenge comes in. Marin is struggling to clear. Paul eventually gets it away. Again, Heidelberg looking dangerous. Wow, dude. Benjamin asks, why doesn't the A-League have relegation like they do in the EPL? It's a big discussion point that gets discussed often. in A-League circles, and it's something that we hope to see introduced sometime in the future. But yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect from the A-League and maybe NPL level, and there are hopes that we can one day connect that football pyramid in Australia. But yeah, the leagues are a bit disconnected at the moment, and logistically, with a country the size of Australia, and with the lack of money at the moment in football in Australia, it just doesn't seem feasible at the moment. But again, I think we all want promotion relegation in Australian football. But I hope we're going to do it. Make sure we do it right now. Troy asks, thoughts on Langrak returning to the A-League? Hey, great. Love it. Rejoining Melbourne Victory in January. Former Socceroo goalkeeper. Great pickup for Victory. Here's a chance to Pizio. Heavy touch. And a little bit late on the challenge as well on Collins. Miguel De Pizio. I mean, that was a golden opportunity because he had so much space ahead. Collins came in and, yeah, De Pizio just not able to control that one there. And definitely catching the foot of Benjamin Collins, former Western United centre-back Collins, playing his football Heidelberg United now. Heidelberg in the box. Some good defensive play from Moragas. The hosts continue to push. Clearance isn't great from McCalmont, and it's still bouncing around. Nick Olsen has it and delivers. It's dangerous. Great chance for the hosts. Crucial block. Brad Tappert might have been getting in the road of the shot on goal. 15 minutes remaining, and Heidelberg United looking like the more likely team to score a second here. We may be destined for extra time. We will be staying live after the conclusion of this match and the other matches tonight in the Australia Cup as the round of 16 draw takes place. So we'll be staying live for our reaction to that as well. Edmondson. Again, it's just not quite working out for the Mariners in the final third. Again, we've been getting into good positions, shifting Heidelberg back, but there just isn't quite that chemistry between the midfield players and the attacking players at the moment. Maybe we are missing the likes of a Josh Nisbet in sort of those areas to get those moves going for the Coast. Mariners dealing with things at the back. And they spring forward. Kowal, nicely done. Here's a great opportunity if we can get the passes right. Edmondson across for Kasevsky just behind him. Oh my God. Edmondson really could have gone his own there. And the hosts will get numbers behind the ball. What a chance, dude. What a chance. Ryan Edmondson. Still in the attack though. Troy on Langerak says, yeah, I agree. Also good to see Izzo got picked up by Randers. So many Aussies playing overseas now. Love to see more playing regularly in top leagues again, like when Ryan, Moy, Yeganak and Cahill, etc. Yeah, it's great. We've got some Aussies at a number of top leagues now. We've got Connor Metcalf and Jackson Irvine now playing in the top flight in Germany now with St. Pauli. It's great. Adam asks, do you play on the coast, mate? I assume you're asking, like, play football? No, I haven't played football for many years, unfortunately. And good to see Elijah here in the chat. I'm doing well, doing well. Hope you're doing well there, Elijah. Matty Ryan. Of course, Matty Ryan is joined up with AS Roma for the new season. Another change here for the Mariners. DiPizio is off and Bailey Brandman has just come on. As Mariners set to take their 5th corner of the game. So that is the 3rd change the Mariners have made. Brandman onto that left-hand side. Here comes the corner. Ooh, a flick. Oh my god. Oh, dude. That would have been one of the most bizarre goals I've seen. It was just over the post in the end, over the bar. From Lucas Moragas, perhaps, or Bailey Brandman to that near post. Back heel. Almost looping over Yaron Souza. He's out for the goal kick. So Mariners really pressing here. Bailey Brandman, young attacking player, on to the left side of midfield, replacing Miguel DiPizio, who's worked really hard tonight. Mariners still with one more substitution window up their sleeve. Of course, the Edmondson sub was made at half-time. Paul McCalmont. Rue. Tap. For the most part, Mariners' passing game has been pretty good tonight. But just getting into the final third has been the issue tonight for the Coast. We're just struggling to create those clear-cut opportunities. Strikers have been starved of opportunities. Moragas, though, making a good... Oh, great chance! Literally, as we just say that. We're talking about struggling to create these opportunities here. Lucas Moragas, who's been probably one of the more dangerous attacking players for the Mariners, again down the left. Great delivery. That's what Lucas Moragas provides, that pace down the left. And then his crossing ability is absolutely fantastic. And Ryan Edmondson scoring 2 goals in the grand final last season. Great opportunity for him. Alu Kowal's in behind. What a save. Best chance of the game for the Mariners right there. Yaron Souza, the former Mariner, makes the save, but Alu Kowal surely has to score there. What a chance. In behind, and Yaron Souza with the right leg. Justin says Kowal with a great chance. Great chance indeed. This is incredible. There's going to be a stoppage here because there is a Mariners player down. It might be Bailey Brandman, who was taken out in the build-up to that Kowal chance. Doesn't look well too. He's in a bit of agony. So there will be a stoppage here for the time being. Bailey Brandman receiving some treatment. What an opportunity for Kowal. What a save, though, by Yaron Souza, the former Mariners goalkeeper. Part of the Mariners championship winning team in 2023. He was the backup keeper for that campaign. The deputy to Danny Vukovic, that 2022-23 season. So there's some concern here around Bailey Brandman. Will Wilson looks like he's being readied on the bench just in case, but Brandman now slowly getting back to his feet, and there is a thumbs up from the physio, which is good to see. Sam says, I know you made a video about it, but I missed it. What was your thoughts on Aussie slabhead fridge man starting for Sheffield United? It's a good move for him, in my opinion, of course, talking about Harry Suter. Yeah, great move. Love it. Love it, Sam. Yeah, and I discussed sort of a bit more in depth in terms of how I feel about that move and why I think it will work out for Harry Suter. It's joining a club at Sheffield United where it sounds like he's going to be getting regular game time. He's obviously struggled for that at Leicester City last season, and it looks like a good move for Harry Suter. So we wish him all the best at Sheffield United this season. And could potentially make his debut this weekend as they play Preston North End in the first round of the English Championship. Corner here for the Central Coast. Not long to go in this cup tie. We could be destined for extra time. McCalmont swings it in. Great delivery. Oh my goodness. What an opportunity. These golden opportunities are springing up left, right, and centre all of a sudden for the Mariners. They must have heard me. They must have been tuning into the live watch long because we were just talking about how Mariners struggling so much to create these opportunities for the strikers. All of a sudden, we've had 3 opportunities that had to have been put away by these players in the last, 3-4 minutes. What a chance there. McCalmont, great ball into the box. Kowal, Paul is there. Tap was flying through. No one got a touch. What a chance. What a chance. West Sydney Wanderers fan page, g'day. Can I answer neither? Two rivals of my team, Mariners. Western Sydney or Sydney FC. Sam says, it's good to see Australians and Kiwis playing in the English Football League system. It's great, isn't it? There's heaps now. There's heaps. All over the place. And Scotland as well. Of course, we know plenty of Aussies playing in Scotland at the moment. Down the right-hand side, here come the Mariners. Kozewski, still with it. Bailey Brantman looking to flick it on. Maybe not the right option there. And Heidelberg will look to utilise a counter-attack yet again, but Paul cuts it out. So, just over 5 minutes remaining. Got a couple of short stoppages in the second half. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes of added time. But at this rate, extra time is looking more and more likely. Surely you don't like Sydney more, says West Sydney Wanderers. I mean, to be fair, yeah, we Mariners, we do have a longer rivalry with with the Sky Blues, so yeah, man. But hey, I feel like Mariners have a bit of a rivalry with Wanderers. Obviously, Mariners defeated Wanderers in that 2013 Grand Final, which was Wanderers' first ever season. So yeah, it's a difficult one to answer there. That's for sure. 85 minutes played. 1-1, Heidelberg United. Really, really admirable performance, man. They've defended so well. They've looked so dangerous on the counter-attack. Scoring from the penalty spot in the first half. Mikael Docker equalising in the second half for the Central Coast. Extra time is looking more and more likely as the seconds tick by here. Mariners still have one more substitution window. And we'll get another one as well if this game does go to extra time. Leanne says, Wanderers have only made one signing in Cryo. That's right. One signing so far for Wanderers. They've been so quiet in this transfer window. They've lost a lot of players, though. They've lost some pretty key players. Marcelo, Lockie Brook has left the club. Joran Hendricks left the club as well. They've brought in Cryer, but yes, it's a weird one at Wanderers. There's been a few other clubs who have been super, super busy. But then all of a sudden you've got teams like Wanderers and Wellington who have just been really quiet. Taking their time in the transfer window. Same with Sydney FC. They haven't made too many moves. Here we go. Here come Mariners down the right-hand side. Sash Kozewski utilising his pace and earning a corner for his side. Good couple moments for Sash Kozewski. Again, good to see him back from injury. Missed out most of last season, eh? Oh, of course. Thanks for reminding me, Tarnley. Taewok Jeong as well, signing for Wanderers. That was the one that was announced on the weekend. My bad. 2 signings for Wanderers. There you go. Taewok Jeong joining from South Korea on loan. Corner for the Mariners. Header goes wide from Bradley Tapp. Got it. 2 signings for the Wanderers. 2 signings for Wellington as well. They've been so quiet in this transfer window. Still another month or so to go in the transfer window. The window does close mid-September. We've been doing a couple of recap videos here on the channel. We did one on the weekend, recapping all the moves across up to the end of July. So if you want to catch that, it is on the channel now. Getting caught up on every team's moves, the movement around every A-League team so far in the transfer window. Mariners looking to push late on here in the 89th minute. That looked like a handball from tap. We play on. The ball stayed in play. This feels like half time is the destiny for this game. Thanks for that as well, John. Jong Tae-wook joining on loan. Central defender. Very important that they signed another defender with the likes of Marcelo departing the club. They fielded a very young centre-back partnership for that Australia Cup game, that win against Brisbane City last week. Pantanzopoulos and it was Bonatig as well that started at centre-back for Wanderers. So Jong Tae-wook provides a different option there, a bit more experience, played at a good level as well. Played in the Asian Champions League last season, I believe. Who do you want in the next round? Asks Juicy Jason. Juicy, good to see you here. If we get through, I don't want to get carried away here. If my Mariners get through, it is still 1-1. Hey, I'll tell you who I don't want to face, a team from Victoria, because they've been terrifying so far in this Cup campaign. We've already seen Oakley Cannons and South Melbourne defeat A-League opposition in the round of 32. Hey, I would love to play like a team from Sydney. We're seeing Northwestern Sydney Spirit cruising through to the round of 16. That'd be fun to play them. A local trip. Hey, I'd love a home game. Mariners never get home games in the Australia Cup. A-League teams rarely do, obviously, because the NPL teams always get hosting rights. But if they're playing an A-League opposition, then they could potentially host. But yeah, I think like a Spirit might be the one, or because I don't think there's any other Sydney. There's no other Sydney teams remaining, is there? Like NPL teams. Obviously, Apia Leichhardt, sorry. We haven't checked the score. What's the score in that game? We've got 4 minutes of added time in this one. There's action all across the place. 3 games tonight in the Australia Cup. Quick little score check here. It's still 0-0 between Olympic and Apia Leichhardt. Mariners have played Apia Leichhardt in the Cup before. Big win in that one a couple of years ago. Spirit are leading Glenorchy Knights 3-0 and will cruise through to the round of 16. So Tasmanian opposition knocked out in the round of 32. Already seen Darwin Hearts of Northern Territory knocked out. So a couple of states not involved in the next stage of the Cup. Of course, the round of 16 draw taking place after full time in these matches, and we will be staying live for that. So make sure to stick around for the round of 16 draw here on the stream for our reaction. So, minutes remaining in this one. We are destined for extra time unless there is a winner to be found in the next couple minutes here. It's been a really tightly contested match. These teams have been pretty evenly matched. Heidelberg United has just been so good in defence, man. They've had limited opportunities in the second half, the hosts. Can they create one here? Ooh, crucial block by Kaltak. He's been good tonight, Brian Kaltak. Did commit the foul, though, for that penalty. Whether it was a foul or not, though, up for debate. Up for debate. Appreciate that update from Perth Corey Shorts in the chat. Full time, Northwest Sydney 3. Nice nil. Australia Cup draw is 7 minutes away, says Adam. Might be a bit longer now. Obviously, we've got to wait for the full-time results in these games. Looks like we've got a couple of games tonight heading to extra time. Mariners still unable to find the winner in this game, and it looks like Olympic and Apia Leichhardt will be going to extra time as well. So the Australia Cup action goes on. Match day 5 at the round of 32. Sam says, imagine if they implemented the good old, old golden goal if games go to extra time. I also think penalty shootouts should be MLS style. Only joking, but that would be funny. Golden goal's interesting, man. I think it'd be fun. Something different. Hey. Final minute. 4 added on here. Is there a winner? Is there one more opportunity? Mariners have at the back and do not look like they're rushing to get forward. Might need to use some more of these substitute players. Harrington, Smith, Wilson, outfield players on the bench still for the Mariners. Two of those guys could come on in extra time. 20 seconds. Bailey Brantman in promising position. Needs to give the ball off to someone. 10 seconds remaining. Mariners need to go here now. They're in possession. Paul has to go long. The pass isn't ideal, and that is the whistle. We are heading to extra time. 1-1 at the end of 90 minutes. Heidelberg United. An incredible defensive display here, man. They've been so solid. Mariners with some incredible opportunities there in the last 15 minutes to score. Alu Kowal through on goal. Yaron Souza with an incredible save with the right foot. And after 90 minutes, it's 1-1. Heidelberg United of NPL Victoria and Central Coast Mariners, the A-League men's champions. It is all square. How are we feeling? How's the nerves feeling, man? One. We haven't seen too many penalty shootouts in the round of 32, hey? We have not seen many. We had one last night. Melbourne Serbia defeating Modbury Jets on penalties. But we'll see, man. I mean, half an hour to go. Of course, the last game that Mariners played was the grand final, went to extra time. And this was the scoreline heading into extra time, of course, in that grand final. And Mariners ended up scoring 2 goals to win it 3-1. Ruddo in the chat, g'day, says extra 30 will test us this early in preseason. Absolutely, yeah. It's a real test for these players, physical test for these players who are playing their first competitive hit out for this season early on in preseason. And we've made a few changes, 3 changes so far. Edmondson and Brantman and Kozeski, the subs so far, coming on. But yeah, a lot of these guys already playing 90 minutes, and it'll be interesting to see whether any subs are made at the change here as we head into extra time. Appreciate you guys being here for this live watch along. We are staying live for the round of 16 draw after extra time as well. If you want to support the channel, hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and you can also consider sending through a super chat here to support the channel. We've been doing plenty of Australia Cup content and A-League content coming up, of course, with the new season. Just a couple months away. Plenty going on at the moment. We've had the Matildas in the Olympics last week, sadly knocked out. Socceroos are back in action in about 1 month as well, as they kick off their qualifying campaign, round 3 of the qualifying campaign, we should say. Mikael Docker, the goal scored tonight for the Mariners in the 53rd minute. Nicely taken goal too. Of course, it did take a big deflection, but did well to control the ball and get it to that left foot. Yeah, it's a good point there, Adam. Sydney FC, why do they keep losing to the Oakley Cannons in the Australia Cup? The defending champs are out. That's right. Twice. It's quite incredible, isn't it? I mean, that was one of the most dramatic results of the first week of the Cup last week, is seeing Oakley Cannons again defeat Sydney FC. Quite incredible. So, extra time. Another 30 minutes. And if we are still level, of course, heading to a penalty shootout. Nervy moments. Funny enough, we were playing our Griddle game earlier tonight at halftime for our halftime entertainment, and we had a question about penalty shootouts in Central Coast Mariners, which I struggled with my memory. We haven't had too many penalty shootouts over the years, Central Coast Mariners. Thanks for that update there, Perth Goy Shorts. Extra time for Olympic and Apia Leichhardt, 0-0 in that game. Olympic from Brisbane, Queensland. Apia Leichhardt, team from Sydney, of course, and very experienced when it comes to the Australia Cup. Have made it deep in the tournament on a couple of occasions. G'day to that one Mariner in the chat. How's it going? Says, hey, Lockie, who's your man of the match so far? Great question. I mean, I've been really impressed with Alfie McCallum on debut for the Mariners. His passing game has been exceptional. He's worked really, really hard in midfield. Been really, really involved, wanting to get involved as well. You can see him dropping deep at times and getting forward, wanting to receive the ball and get involved. And he's delivered some dangerous deliveries as well into the box also. So I'd probably go for McCallum. There's been some good performances, though. I mean, Caltac has made some crucial defensive interventions as well. So, yeah. Hasn't been the best performance from the Mariners, but it hasn't been poor. Not too surprising. It's our first game of pre-season. But obviously, the Australia Cup. Big competition here. Big opportunity for the Mariners to win another trophy in 2024. This year has been incredible for Mariners fans. We do not want to let this trophy slip away easily. Extra time has begun. Let's start the clock. So, who will have the legs? Of course, Heidelberg United. Coming off playing a long season already. Central Coast Mariners, as we just said, this is their first game of pre-season. How will the Mariners players go in this extra time period? Central Coast Mariners have 2 substitution windows now. Looks like we've made a sub as well. According to the broadcast, Nathan Paul's off and Harrington is on. So a debut for Harrington, who will drop into the back line wearing number 24 for the Mariners, formerly of the Brisbane Roar Academy, the youth set up there in Brisbane. Spent some time over in Europe, and now he's on. Diesel Harrington. Looks like he might be slotting in at right centre back there. Caltac did spend most of last season playing in that left centre back role. So that's what we'll see tonight. 2 more players, outfield players on the left on the bench for the Mariners. That being Noah Smith and Will Wilson. 2 players who had limited game time last season. Of course, Noah Smith missed much of the campaign due to injury. Great to see him back as well. Speaking of players back from injury, as that one Mariner says in the chat, it's great to see Sasha on the pitch as well. Absolutely. Do you remember FFA Max YT asking those questions? Because that's me. Thank you for letting me know that one, Mariner. There you go. Kozewski, looping cross towards Edmondson and Souza. Managing to hold on to it in the end. Oh, shaky. Shaky on the back pass there, Storm Root. Diesel Harrington does well to earn the side a goal kick. Got the deflection off Kane Shepherd there. So we've got 2 games heading into extra time in the Australia Cup tonight. Olympic and Apia Leichhardt heading into extra time as it's 0-0 in that game. NWS Spirit have knocked out Glenorchy Knights of Tasmania in a 3-0 win. So Glenorchy Knights, Tasmania's only representative in the final rounds of the Cup, they're out. NWS Spirit, the first side from NPL New South Wales to secure a place in the next round. course, Appia Leichhardt are still in action at the moment. We will be staying live following full time for the round of 16 draw. Very excited for the draw tonight too, because it's not just a standard draw. We are, of course, discovering the matchups for the round of 16, but we will find out as well the full bracket as well. We're going to get the full sort of schedule of the path, if you like, to the final 4 teams. So that'll be very, very interesting as well. Yep, absolutely. Hey, that Mariner. That one, Mariner. And Pavlicic was so close to saving that pen. Absolutely. I mean, got a hand to it. But too much power on the strike in the end. He did his best, Adam Pavlicic, making his debut in goals tonight for the Central Coast Mariners. There was a little bit of discussion around the goalkeeper situation at Mariners and whether Adam Pavlicic would be the starting goalkeeper. Jack Wachowski may be given an opportunity, but it is Pavlicic getting the run tonight. Good concern here for a Heidelberg United player who's down injured. Seemed to pull up and not much contact. Here we go, Mariners making another change here. Will Wilson coming on here. Limited minutes last season. Looks like a Storm Room making way. That'll mean a bit of a reshuffle for the Coasties. Kozewski expected to jump into right back. And that should see Will Wilson play on the right-hand side, out wide. Will Wilson, man, he started a bunch of games at the start of last season for the Mariners. But for the second half of the campaign, he just barely got a look in the team. There were too many players ahead of him getting a run, and a player with a lot of potential. A lot of Mariners fans really like Will Wilson and what he provides. You can see the attributes that he has. Good pace, good on the ball. Pretty versatile too, whether he does play in sort of a midfield role or out wide or even up top. He played a couple of games in the more attacking role last season. Playing on the right-hand side of midfield, Will Wilson, for the remainder of this match. One Mariner says, I was thinking Jack would give Wachowski a chance. Yeah, it would have been good to see. Wilson with the dreadlocks. Our first look at Diesel Harrington here in a Mariner shirt. Looks very tall. Good height on him. Definitely taller than Brian Kaltak by the looks of things. Justin says, Wilson looks good for me last season. Yeah, and he was good at Melbourne Victory when he got a couple of appearances the season before as well. And I remember Victory fans were pretty upset when they let him go a couple last year, wasn't it? So who knows? This might be the season where Wilson does get a bit more of an opportunity in the team. With this being a new season, there is a fresh start for a lot of these players. Dylan Wenzel Hall's probably in a similar category in terms of players getting more game time. I know a lot of Mariners fans would love to see Dylan Wenzel Hall be given more of a run. Alakawal wiped off the ball there. There's the foul. Perth Corey Shorts has an update for us in the chat. There was a goal in the other game, apparently. 2 games going to extra time tonight in the Australia Cup. You're the reason I'm a coastie. Really? Wow. For real? Damn, man. I appreciate that. Sorry, John, I just missed your comment from a moment ago. What's your thoughts on having the full bracket draw from the round of 16 for the first time? Love it. Great. Yeah. It's going to be great to sort of see the path that our teams can take to the final. And that way we can almost make a prediction in terms of how it could go. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. Here's Kowal. Ooh, Alu Kowal trying to wriggle through the box. McCalmont is there, trying to get through the shot. Oh, mix up at the back. Oh my goodness, what a chance. Alu Kowal almost able to put it into an empty net. Huge miscommunication from Yaron Souza and his defenders. Heidelberg eventually deal with it. There is indeed a goal in the other game. Olympic have taken a 1-goal lead over Apia Leichhardt. Wilson with the delivery. It's a good delivery too. And it's off the post. Incredible. Heavy challenge from Alu Kowal. There's players down all over the place. Into the 100th minute. This game is exploding to life. Great opportunity for Kowal earlier. McCalmont with good footwork and tried to get the shot away. And incredibly, Heidelberg survived, dude. What an opportunity. And then the ball back in. I mean, Edmondson's so close to getting his boot on that. Alu Kowal with a heavy challenge. And it looks like Alex King has taken his notebook out. Kowal potentially booked for that. Heavy contact on the Heidelberg defender. Off the posters, Justin. Good to see Spencer in the chat as well here, Spencer. Regular viewer of the Coast Watch live streams. And we're getting a look at this goal here in the other game on the broadcast. Olympic, really clean finish. Finessed into the fast post. And Olympic take a 1-goal lead over Apia Leichhardt. Here come Heidelberg United. The cross comes in away by Kaltak, who has been so good in defence tonight. Heidelberg United. They haven't had many opportunities to attack. Spencer says Dylan Wenzel-Halls deserves more game time. He should return to Brisbane Roar, where we desperately needed a striker. Yeah, I mean, if he was back at Roar, he probably would get more game time, Spencer. Yeah, he's just there's too many strikers ahead of him at the moment. Mariners with Kowal and Edmondson. So yeah, that could be like a good move for him. But hey, look, he's been given we saw today on the Central Coast Mariners socials some new kit numbers for the players. Dylan Wenzel-Halls was given 23. Potentially we'll see some more game time for Dylan this year. We'll see. Heidelberg United making a change, getting some fresh legs onto the pitch. We have clock past 100 minutes. We are well over 2 hours in our stream as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in for the second live watch-along of this season. We did a live watch-along for Brisbane Roar Perth Glory in the Australia Cup playoffs a couple of weeks ago. And this was the one that we earmarked for a live watch-along for the round of 32. The Central Coast Mariners looking to pick up another trophy. And it all starts here against Heidelberg United, but it could all end here as well against Heidelberg United because the Victorian opponents have been so good tonight, especially in defence. And then looking to push once again here. Central Coast defending in sort of a 4-4-2 block, as they always do. Looking to nullify any spaces that might open up. Ball comes into the box for Heidelberg. The shot. Oh, it's in! Heidelberg take a lead. 2-1. The shot has flown in, surely a deflection, and the hosts take the lead. 2-1 to Heidelberg. What a moment. Barely a minute before the halftime period in extra time. Incredible. And I think it was Pin again who scored the penalty in the first half. The short ball, too much space afforded him. And it's really similar to the goal Mariners scored at that end of the field as well. The deflection sailing past Pavlicic off the knee of Kalczak. 2-1. The questions have to be asked of how much space there was in the box there for Heidelberg United to create that opportunity. Far too much space. They waltzed in. And now, for the Mariners to keep the cup dream alive, we have to go for it. Ball comes in, straight to the hands of Souza from Moragas. 15 minutes to go for the Mariners to rescue this one. We made an almighty comeback in the grand final, the A-League grand final. But in this cup tie, Mariners trail 2-1, and we'll have to make an almighty comeback in the second period of extra time. This has been an incredible night for Heidelberg United, and it will be an incredible result if they manage to hold on to it, dude. They've defended so well and taken that opportunity to give them the advantage, and they're coming again. Long-range effort straight into the hands of Pavlicic, who's behind. And that'll take us through to the second period of extra time. Wow. 2-1. Heidelberg lead. Some questions and some comments in the chat. Always good to see you guys jumping into the chat, dropping your thoughts. Spencer says, thoughts on Mitch Langerak returning to victory. Shame we're not going to see Langerak versus Vukovic. Great to see Langerak back in the A-League. Former Socceroo goalkeeper, and it's been so many years since he was here in the A-League, wasn't it? And he is returning to Melbourne Victory in January. Good signing for Victory as well. They've got Jack Duncan, who they signed as well from Wellington. You'd imagine he'd be the starting keeper up until Langerak comes in. Troy says, well, that's not good, but still got to give credit to Heidelberg. They are dealing with as well still time, of course. Yes, indeed. 15 minutes now. So this is a real crucial moment here for the Mariners. We really have to push and throw everything forward for the final moments. Of course, Will Wilson is off the bench. We still have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we can still make one more change. Noah Smith is on the bench. Looks like Noah Smith may potentially come on as well. A long time since we've seen Noah Smith in action for the Mariners. Early last season. He missed so much of last campaign due to injury. Troy says, I like Heidelberg's colours, the yellow and black. Noah Smith is on, wearing the headband as well. That would suggest that Lucas Moragas is off the field, and indeed he is. The debut comes to an end for Lucas Moragas. Good debut as well. Looks dangerous on that left-hand side, but Noah Smith, a natural replacement at left back here. So, the bench has been emptied. Six changes made here for the Mariners. Of course, the sixth change being allowed due to the game going to extra time. G'day, Striker in the chat. You can watch the game on 10 Play if you're in Australia. So, Mariners got some fresh legs on the field for this final period. Have they got enough to break down this stubborn Heidelberg United defence and find an equaliser to potentially take this game to a penalty shootout? Pin scoring the 2 goals for Heidelberg United. Penalty in the first half and then a goal just late on in the first period of extra time. Mikael Docker scored the goal for the Mariners. Feels like a long time ago, early in the second half. But now, the Mariners really, really have to go for it. It's going to be a yellow card here for Kane Shepherd with the shirt tug on Alfie McCalmont. Driving forward here, Mariners. Looking for this opportunity. This one chance to get us back into the game. Strike partnership of Kowal and Edmondson up top. Where are the goals going to come from? Centre midfield partnership with McCalmont. Tapper worked so hard tonight. McCalmont's been impressive on his debut. All bouncing around. So many consecutive headers here. Cleared away by McCalmont. Kozewski will bring it down, looking to send Wilson forward. Need to control possession here. Free kick given away. Look, it's been a mixed performance, hasn't it? I mean, it's been good for patches for the Mariners. There's been some promising passages of play, especially early on. I thought we started pretty brightly. But Heidelberg United have just matched us in pretty much every aspect, in defense, especially in defense, man. I mean, they've just been so resolute, Heidelberg. Barely had a sniff. A couple of late opportunities. At the end of regular time. Weren't able to take it. Looks like there's been a red card in the other game. Apia Leichhardt have been reduced to just 10 players. Wait. Oh, dude. I thought they scored another goal just then. They were showing the replay. They cut back to the Mariners game. And for a second, I thought Heidelberg scored again, but they were just showing the replay of the second goal. So the goal scorer of both goals, Pin, coming off the field, and Ellis replacing him for Heidelberg United for the final moments. Come Heidelberg. Well, if they can bury this opportunity, they will go through to the round of 16. Incredible. Oh, my goodness. Well, I think the flag's gone up. It has. Oh, goodness me. Crazy. That would have been a crazy goal to concede. They almost got through behind, but definitely offside there. That final pass. Nearly did score again. That's right, Justin. But yep, certainly a goal. Another goal here for Heidelberg would surely seal it. Mariners, while they obviously want to commit numbers forward, we're going to be wary of what's going on at the back. So, just over 10 minutes remaining. That's plenty of time. But Mariners need to start creating more opportunities here. Kozewski driving forward. Finds Wilson on the right. Surely should utilise the run. He had a run there. In fact, it was Kowal who had the run of Wilson ahead of him. Didn't utilise the run. McCalmont. Again, we've seen that a few times tonight from McCalmont. That switch of play, really nice. Wilson taking on a couple defenders. The ball comes in. Bouncing around. Cleared away. More players pushing forward now for the Mariners. We're starting to push Heidelberg back. We're starting to push even more. We know that the situation is becoming desperate. Another shirt tug here. Mariners win the free kick. Heidelberg looking to slow things down, looking to nullify any attack that Mariners have going forward. It's going to be a Long-range free kick here. Sasha Kozewski standing over it. Bailey Brandman providing a left-footed option as well. Kozewski will look to deliver. Delivery is good too. The header flicked on. It's still there. Player goes down in the box. Harrington was going for it. Mariners have to reset. Smith goes long. Dude, good delivery from Sasha Kozewski. Great delivery indeed. 10 minutes remaining. Heidelberg 2, Mariners 1, the A-League champions, the treble winners from last season, are 10 minutes away from an early exit in the cup. McCalmont. Again, receiving the ball deep and driving forward. And that's a good through ball as well. Finds Edmondson, who's onside. Out wide, though. And we have the throw. In a good position, though. Still, there is time. There is time. There is time. Spencer asks, do you think Auckland FC have final potential? I think they do. I think they do. I like some of the signings that they made already. Still more signings to come in, surely, for Auckland. But Jake Brim is a huge signing as well. Hiroki Sakai, Dan Hall, Scott Galloway, some decent signings for them, mate. And it's good to see that they've picked up, they've brought in plenty of New Zealand local talent as well. From McCalmont, this is a good drive forward, but again, great defending. Look at the way that Heidelberg United have just stepped up and pinched the ball and now will drive forward through Kane Shepherd. They're really taking this game to the Mariners and forcing them back. Central Coast can pick up the ball in the middle of the park here and drive. Bit of space. Not sure what Brandman was trying to do there. I mean, surely he's been fouled. The players are asking the question, the referee. And Alex King was not interested. I mean, surely Bailey Brandman was just taken out of it there. Driving forward, and the defenders crush him. You're right there, best YouTuber indeed. Huge cup set on the cards. It's been a round of 32 full of cup sets. Wellington were knocked out by South Melbourne last night. Sydney FC were knocked out by Oakley Cannons as well. It's the Victorian opposition as well who've just... It's been incredible. Wilson. Goes himself. Oh, just across the face of goal. I don't mind it. Look, I don't mind it. There hasn't been many shots for us, man. Especially recently. In this extra time period, we haven't had many shots, but Will Wilson was driving. Got himself to the edge of the box. Just dragged it across the face of goal. But I like the energy. I like the attitude as well. Will Wilson, close indeed. Yaron Souza, former Mariners goalkeeper, potentially holding his former side out here for a 2-1 loss. Of course, Yaron Souza are a part of that Mariners squad from a couple of years ago that won the grand final in 2023. Missing Cummings and Silveri yet? Spencer? I don't think so. Feels like it's been a long time since they moved on, and we replaced those guys pretty well last season. Hey, we'd love both those guys back at the club, don't get me wrong. But, we've got some great replacements that came through since those guys left. Best YouTuber says, Victoria NPL is very good. I watched Preston Lions vs South Melbourne on YouTube a few months ago. The quality was very, very good. It's great to see. It's great to see. Some great talent at NPL level across the country, isn't there? Collins taking this long-range free kick for Heidelberg. They'll look to try and soak up as much time as possible. There's 5 minutes to go now. 5 minutes left for Mariners to keep their cup dream alive. Mariners missing Nisbet, says Tarnley. I mean, maybe. I mentioned it a bit earlier, but yeah, it almost felt like we were missing that kind of player just to link things up in the attack. Kozewski on the right, looking long. He's found Wilson. Now we need more numbers forward here. We need strong numbers going forward. We need to push Heidelberg back. McCalmont was looking for that switch. It wasn't on though. Smith has a forward run. Ooh, interesting pass from Smith. It does work out for Kuol. Comes to Kozewski. Tripped up, no foul. And again, Heidelberg will drive forward. Another minute ticks past, and the attack once again breaks down for the Mariners. Long ball into the box. Great chance for Heidelberg. Surely the flag is up. It is. Bruh. One Mariner says, I've got a video idea for you. So since you did an A-League table prediction, an early one, you should do the playoffs prediction using the top 6 you predicted. Tell you what, that top 6 might look a little bit different now, based off what we've seen so far in the Australia Cup as well. I like the idea though, One Mariner. Appreciate that. Just over 3 minutes now. Desperation times here for the Mariners. Good ball from Caltac down the left. Smith. Cross is blocked. It stays in play. Well done. Ellis on the right-hand side there for Heidelberg. Three minutes left now. This is nervy times here to be a Mariners fan. Winners of the AFC Cup, winners of the A-League Premiership, winners of the A-League Championship. Set to be knocked out of the round of 32 of the Australia Cup. Two and a half minutes. Heidelberg go for a long switch down the left. A goal here and it's all over for Heidelberg. Good run down the left too. Mariners, this is not the end of the field we wanted at. Two minutes left. 2 minutes left. Can't imagine we'll get much injury time. We haven't really had many stoppages in this period of extra time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, if we're lucky. They're keeping the ball so well at the moment, Heidelberg United, and it might open up for them now. Space on the left. The shot. Pavlicic makes the save. 90 seconds. Mariners have to throw everything forward now. Don't know why they're showing us the replay when there's a game on right now. They've cut to the replays when the game is being played. Harrington on the ball. Kozewski goes long. Again, it's a poor long ball. Mariners have really struggled in attack for the past, well, for this whole extra time period, really. We've haven't barely created an opportunity. Again, the long ball, it's going to end up and eventually be a foul. And with less than a minute remaining, Pavlicic is going to send this one long. Mariners have to, everyone has to get forward now. There's no point sitting back deep. Got to get Caltac up there. Got to get Harrington up there. Get the tall timber up there. Pavlicic told to take the free kick backwards. This could well be the last play of the game. It's sent in. Smith. Long ball in. Bouncing around. Cleared away. How much injury time? Oh, Pavlicic has stuffed up his clearance. Open net. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Oh my goodness, they're going to score. What is going on? It's in. It's over. It's over. Heidelberg United have knocked out the A-League champions. It's 3-1. Disastrous. Utterly disastrous. Incredible scenes for Heidelberg United, with one of the most incredible results in their history. But it is a complete disaster for the Central Coast Mariners. And a ridiculous mistake from goalkeeper Adam Pavlicic on debut. Another insane cup set. Mariners are out. Whoa. Incredible. Incredible scenes. 121 minutes played. Heidelberg 3. AFC Cup winners, A-League premiers, A-League champions, Central Coast Mariners 1. The Mariners knocked out of the round of 32 for a third consecutive year. Who knows how much added time we got. We play on. Mariners in possession, but there's no time. First hit out of the preseason for the Central Coast. But we were hoping for so much more. Sydney FC, Wellington Phoenix, Central Coast Mariners, all knocked out of the cup in the round of 32. In the round of 32. By opposition from NPL Victoria. Incredible. Bit of a fight has broken out now. Emotions running high. Lack of quality going forward from the Mariners has hurt us here in the final stages. This extra time period, there's only been one team in it, and that's Heidelberg United. Credit to them, man, but Mariners have not been up to it for this extra time period. We looked in it, especially towards the end of that second half. We had the opportunities. Alo Kowal had to score when he was through on goal. He had to score when he was through on goal. That was the chance, man. Full time. Credit to Heidelberg, man. An insanely good defensive performance. They took their opportunities and they've defeated the A-League champions, Central Coast Mariners, 3-1. Wow. S2S says Vic has the best NPL. Another A-League opposition out of the cup. This is set up to be one of the most incredible Australia Cup campaigns we've seen in its 10th year. The Mariners are out. Jonathan and Snuddiartis leading this team to a historic result for this club, man. It's not the first time I've seen it too. Heidelberg United, they've had good runs in the cup before, and this could be a big one for them here as well. Disappointment and heartbreak here for the Mariners, though. 3-1 loss. And for the third consecutive year out in the round of 32. I don't know what it is with this competition, man. I don't know what it is, but Mariners have terrible, terrible luck when it comes to the Australia Cup. Out in the round of 32 yet again. S2S says, I reckon the South Melbourne or Oakley make the final. I mean, this is the year it's going to happen. Aside from NPL Victoria, it feels like it could absolutely happen. Melbourne City Shorts in the chat says crazy scenes. Absolutely. I mean, this is I mean, just incredible for Heidelberg United, man. I mean, it's just an incredible occasion for them, man. 3-1. We are staying live for the round of 16 draw. It's taking place very, very shortly. One other game went to extra time tonight as well. Olympic from Brisbane taking on Apia Leichhardt. That game in the final seconds as well. Olympic looks set to go through 1-0. When's the draw, Sam? Should be within the next few minutes. Wow. Scenes at Heidelberg United, man. The fans getting around it. I'm just stunned, dude. Just that crazy moment at that end. I mean, Adam Pavlicic, what is he thinking? On his Mariners debut, given an opportunity here at the club. He was the second choice keeper at Sydney FC for the last couple of years. Given an opportunity at the Mariners. He had a couple incidents like that too. There was one earlier in the game where a clearance almost rebounded into the goal, and that one, I mean, it's one of the lowlights of Pavlicic's career so far. That's it's not good. Rado says not too fussed about the result, really. Always tough for us with the squad turnover. While it is an important comp at this time of season, it's more of a fitness test and progress test than much else, in my opinion. That is certainly the way that we can look at it at this stage. I mean, obviously the games get much more important as we get deeper into the tournament, but yeah, man. I mean, it just hurts just being out this early again. I mean, Mariners have been knocked out of the Australia Cup round of 32. I've lost track how many times, but it's more often than not we get knocked out in the round of 32, and it just can't happen, man. Can't happen. Yeah. Heidelberg, Bornbato 95 says, Heidelberg deserved the win. I agree. 100%. 100%. Yeah. They defended so well tonight, Heidelberg United. They were so well organised in defence. And when their transition going forward was exceptional as well. I mean, they were so dangerous on the counter-attack on a number of times. Penalty scored in the first half, giving them the advantage. Docker equalising in the second. Extra time. 2 goals in extra time. I mean, this is what happened to them. This is what the Mariners did to Melbourne Victory in the grand final of the A-League Men's last year, man. And now they've had it done to them by Heidelberg United here. Credit to Heidelberg. Incredible. It's crazy, isn't it, Compact? I mean, hey, as a Mariners fan, I was just thankful that we weren't facing... I'm just thankful that we weren't facing Sydney FC again after getting Sydney FC in the round of 32 twice in a row, which is crazy. And we got Heidelberg United, and we knew it was going to be tough. Like, it's not necessarily like a crazy surprise. We knew that this was going to be a tough game. Like, we were hoping that we would have enough to get through. 3-1 loss, though, was not what we wanted. Look, some positives to take up from this game. I thought McCalmont was good from Mariners. Vitor Feijão was good in the first half. Some debuts as well for a handful of players. Pavlicic, Harrington amongst the debutants. Great to see some players back from injury. Noah Smith, Sash Kazeski, Will Wilson getting some rare minutes for the side as well. So we have to take the positives from this game. And hopefully Mariners organise some pre-season friendlies with the A-League season kicking off in a couple months' time. One Mariner asks, do you know why Vitor and Docker came off? Hey, we don't know. Yeah, maybe there's some knocks, there's some injuries. Look, obviously it's only in pre-season, so maybe these players just aren't up to it just yet in terms of fitness levels, you know. Tarnley says Aliqual missed too many chances. In that one late on in the second half, that was the one that he had to score. I mean, if Aliqual is going to be our starting striker, he has to be finishing those opportunities. Credit to former Mariners goalkeeper Yaron Souza, who made an incredible save there to deny Kowal. But Alu, I don't know, man. Does he need to try and get himself more involved in the game, drop deeper at times? I don't know, man. I don't know. Sam says, in another note, it is good to see Australian football, to see more NPL teams progress further into the comp. From a neutral point of view, yeah, if I step back and just from a neutral point of view, it's great. It's great. And I am happy for Heidelberg United. And this is an incredible story that's developing in this cup tournament. That these NPL Victoria sides are not just NPL Victoria, because obviously we've got Melbourne Serbia who are through to the round of 16 as well. Through the round of 16 in the Australia Cup, and you look at the list now of A-League teams who are out of the cup before the round of 16. Sydney FC, Wellington, Central Coast Mariners, Melbourne City, Brisbane Roar, Western United. Who have I missed? All out of the cup. Bombardo asks, how do you think Central Coast Mariners will go this season coming? I still think it'll be a good season for Mariners. I still have faith in Mark Jackson. He's proved to be a fantastic coach already. And we still have a good squad, I think. It's going to be really hard to obviously match the heights of last season. We're going to hope we play finals once again. That has to be the goal, to finish top 4, to at least host an elimination final. You know, top 4 has to be the goal. Yeah, man. Feel for you, Jordan. No Raw involved in the draw. So the round of 16 draw should be taking place very, very shortly. Round of 16 draw should be coming up shortly. And we will be staying live for it. So stick around here. And we'll be going through the round of 16 draw. Central Coast Mariners have lost here to Heidelberg United 3-1. Appreciate that one, Mariner. Appreciate you guys being here for the stream, man. As always, this has been a crazy, crazy stream. One of our earliest streams of the season. This is just our second live watch along we've done for this season. We were live for Brisbane, Perth Glory, which was a crazy game itself. That was a 4-2 win to Glory. And then this one, man. I mean, the first Mariners watch along of the season. Lose 3-1. Not the way we want to kick things off for the Cup. Full time in the other game as well. Olympic FC have defeated Up Your Leichhardt 1-0. So there's only one team from NPL New South Wales in the round of 16, that being NWS Spirit, who defeated Glenorchy Knights 3-0 tonight. But now, it is time for the round of 16 draw. We are going to shift our focus to the round of 16. Congratulations to Heidelberg United, the better team tonight. And they got the crucial win in the end. Australia Cup, round of 16 draw coming up. We are staying live for it. And of course, I mean, this draw is going to be exciting because not only are we getting, obviously, like the round of 16 matchups, but it's going to be revealed the actual path to the final for the Australia Cup final this year, which is new for this year. Timely says, I say this before, this is the year NPL clubs win the Australia Cup. If it's going to be any year, it could well be this year. It could well be this year. So yeah, man. It's been incredible already, hasn't it? There's some great scenes in the sheds there at Heidelberg United as they celebrate this historic win for the club. We're going to get ready, though, for these matchups here. We're going to have, obviously, 8 matchups total. And we're going to follow along with the draw as we go. Hopefully it gets underway very, very shortly here on 10 Play. If you haven't tuned in, it is on 10 Play, free to watch in Australia. Can NPL clubs play in Asia? It's actually a great question. I assume so. I assume so because they're from Australia. It's never happened, so it's new territory, isn't it? But you'd assume so. But goodness me, wouldn't that be incredible if a semi-professional club could play in the Asian Champions League 2? Of course, the winners of the Australia Cup go through to play in the Asian Champions League 2. Jordan says, oh, well, I'm on the Morton City Excelsior bandwagon now. Compact says, just as you said, Phoenix and Sydney also out. It is crazy, but that's the magic of the Cup. That's right. The magic of the Cup indeed. We love this tournament, man. We love this tournament. Even if our teams do lose, it's still crazy entertainment. And again, congratulations to Heidelberg United tonight for getting the win. And now all eyes are looking ahead to the round of 16, where we're going to have some, we're ready for some real juicy matchups, man. We are ready for some huge matchups. This round of 32. So the draw should be getting underway very shortly, hopefully. On 10 play, they're just still showing the highlights from tonight's matches. Best YouTuber says Mark Jackson has some work to do. Yeah, he does. Obviously with getting some new players integrated into the squads, they looked good. Again, I want to reiterate, I thought McAlmont was great tonight. He looked very, very good on the ball. Vitor Feijão was dangerous in the first half also. Harrington was on for extra time and looked pretty comfortable on the ball as well. Yeah. S2S in regards to talking about the ACL 1 for the Cup winners. ACL Elite for the Premiers. Yeah, to my knowledge, it's so the Premiers of the A-League men's go through to the Asian Champions League Elite, which is the top flight of Asian football. So, of course, Mariners were the Premiers last season, so they're going through that competition this season. That's the thing for the Mariners as well, I should mention. Not just looking ahead to the A-League season, but looking ahead to the Asian Champions League Elite season. That kicks off in September next month, with the draw taking place on August 16. The winners of the Cup go through to the Asian Champions League 2. Asian Champions League 2. Boyd Bardo says, I'd love South Melbourne versus Victory. That'd be a juicy matchup for sure. Boyd Bardo also asked, what matchup would you love to see? Would love to see that one. Hey, I'd love to see NWS Spirit take on Wanderers. That'd be cool. It's like a little local rivalry. That could be cool. Would love to see some derbies, man. Some rivalries. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. But I'd love to see more. Hopefully we don't have any all A-League matchups. Because how many A-League teams do we have left, dude, in the Cup? Let's count them. Because we've got 8 games total coming up for the round of 16, of course. We've got Adelaide, Wanderers, Victory, Jets, so that's 4. Perth, 5. Don't tell me there's only 5 teams left. I'm surely missing someone there. 5. I think that might be it. Surely I'm missing someone there. Okay. Not Brisbane. Who did I say first? Adelaide. Adelaide, Wanderers, Newcastle, Victory, and Perth. Is there other... Are you telling me there's only 5? I'm forgetting someone for sure. I'm forgetting someone. I'm doing this off the top of my head right now. Telling me there's only 5... Oh, MacArthur. MacArthur. Thank you, best YouTuber. 6. Thank you, Jordan, as well. Bulls. Of course, MacArthur, who defeated O'Connor Knights last week in Canberra. So 6 teams left. That is incredible. 6 teams left, A-League teams. That's crazy. So half of last season's A-League teams have been knocked out before the round of 16. It is crazy. 6 teams in the round of 16. So we are getting ready for the draw. The draw principles are up on these broadcasts now. Of course, as we know, if a member federation club draws an A-League team, that member federation club will be hosting the A-League team. Okay, and of course, we're going to get the full draw as well. We're going to see the path for the other games as well. We're going to see the pathway for the quarterfinals and the semi-finals all the way to the final. Appreciate that Born Bardo as well, dropping that list. So Adelaide, Perth, Wanderers, MacArthur, Jets, Victory. Best YouTuber asks, why do the NPL clubs host? Is that because of the unfair advantage our league clubs have? I'm not sure exactly why. I guess it just provides them a bit more of an advantage. And it's it's a great chance to... Oh, dude, the draw's starting. It's a great chance for them to host an A-League team. It's a big occasion. First team in the draw. It is getting underway. Olympic Kingsway of WA. And they will be playing, hopefully, an A-League team. And it's Adelaide United. Adelaide United. Adelaide United. The Reds. I've got Olympic Kingsway. That is our first matchup here. Next up, NWS Spirit, who won tonight against Glenorchy Knights. Oil Donovan doing the draw tonight here. NWS Spirit. We want to make sure that the A-League teams are spread out, man. That's what I want. They're playing Melbourne Victory, dude. They're playing Melbourne Victory, dude. It's looking good. It's looking good so far. I like these matchups. I like these matchups. 2 games down. Hume City. Hume City. They defeated Darwin Hearts in a big win in the round of 32. Another A-League opposition potentially. Let's see here for Hume City. They will have Melbourne Serbia. So that is a Melbourne derby right there. Melbourne Serbia, who got a historic win. Historic win against South Australian opposition Modbury Jets last night. Okay, that'll be a crazy matchup. That's a big game. South Melbourne hosting once again. Will they have another A-League opposition to come up against? They defeated Wellington last night. South Melbourne FC will be playing Olympic FC. Wow. Olympic FC of Queensland, who defeated Up Here Leichhardt tonight. So one of those teams will be going through the quarterfinal. Incredible. And one of either Melbourne Serbia and Hume City through the quarterfinals. Dude, this cup, the 2024 Australia Cup is going to be crazy. Next up, Oakley Cannons. Another game in Victoria. 3 consecutive games here in Victoria. Oakley Cannons. We've got a few A-League teams remaining still. Oakley Cannons of Victoria, who defeated Sydney FC. Oh my goodness, Heidelberg United. Wow. Dude. Got some huge matches in Victoria in the round of 16. Next up, Lions FC. Dude, we've got a few A-League teams sitting around here. We might get an all A-League matchup. Lions FC, surely an A-League opposition now. Western Sydney Wanderers. So another trip to Queensland. Dom's ball chat is going to be happy about that. Lions FC will play Wanderers. Wow, dude. Another trip to Queensland for Wanderers. They defeated Brisbane City in the round of 32 last week. These matchups, man. Crazy. Next up. Perth Glory. Will Perth Glory host another one? We still have MacArthur in the draw. Newcastle Jets are still in the draw as well. So there is a good chance here for an all A-League matchup with Perth Glory hosting. Let's see. Perth Glory will be playing Moreton City Excelsior. So Moreton City will host. Perth Glory away to Moreton City. And that means we know our matchup for the final match in the round of 16. Jets MacArthur with Jets to host. There we go. There is our round of 16 draw. The draw does not end there. We are going to see the pathway for these teams to the final, which is, oh my God, this is going to be crazy, dude. Dude, this is crazy. I love this new draw setup. So there is our round of 16 draw, ladies and gentlemen. Olympic Kingsway of Western Australia will be hosting Adelaide United. NWS Spirit hosting Melbourne Victory. Hume City playing Melbourne Serbia, an all-Victorian matchup. South Melbourne will be liking their chances against Olympic FC from Brisbane. Oakley Cannons taking on Heidelberg United for a NPL Victoria matchup there. Lions FC hosting Western Sydney Wanderers. Another trip to Queensland for Wanderers. And Moreton City Excelsior, again from Queensland, hosting Perth Glory. Newcastle Jets, Macarthur SC, an all A-League matchup in the round of 32. So we are going to get... We've got more balls going into the bowl here. And we are going to get the pathway to the final revealed to us now. Sam says, let's go. We have a home game. I'm so pumped. That'll be a big one, man. Newcastle, Macarthur. Huge, huge game there. So let's see how this plays out. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. They've got the match numbers. They've listed the numbers. So match 1. Of course, if you're not watching the draw, it is on 10 play right now. Match 2. So the winner of Spirit versus Victory. Again, Victory probably looking like favourites in that game. So potentially Melbourne Victory will play the winner of match 7, which will be either Moreton City Excelsior or Perth Glory. So if the A-League teams were to go through there, we could have a quarter-final of Victory and Perth Glory. The next quarter-final, the winner of Jets versus Macarthur. Now this will be interesting. The winner of Jets versus Macarthur will take on the winner of Oakley Cannons Heidelberg United. So that game will be in Victoria, that quarterfinal. That is for sure. Oakley Cannons and Heidelberg United, one of those teams going through to the quarterfinals. The winner of match 1, Adelaide United against Kingsway. The Reds probably favourites to go through there, but I mean, there's some crazy cup sets. So who knows? So potentially Adelaide United will be playing potentially Western Sydney Wanderers in the quarterfinals. Goodness me. Now, this might mean that we get an all, if I'm not mistaken, we might get the winner of match 3, Hume City or Melbourne Serbia, to come up against either South Melbourne or Olympic, because that's the only one remaining, right? Match 4, it is. So, we know for a fact that either Hume City, Melbourne Serbia, South Melbourne or Olympic FC will be an Australia Cup semi-finalist in 2024. One of those teams will be a semi-finalist. Hume City, Melbourne Serbia, South Melbourne and Olympic FC. There's 3 teams from Victoria and Olympic from Queensland. One of those teams will be playing in the semi-finals of the Cup this year. Incredible. Semi-final draw. Here we go. The path is being revealed to us. Quarter-final number 2. It's hard to keep track of at this rate. Hopefully they show us a bit of a full graphic of the full draw here. Sam says, why do I feel like this year's Cup has more NPL teams than A-League? Well, because they've all been knocked out. All these A-League teams losing. So we've got the draws here for the semi-final. We'll see what that looks like for the full draw. Hopefully they'll show us. But the path will be revealed to us all the way through here to the semi-finals. Wow, man. Crazy draw. We've got some huge matchups coming up in the round of 16, dude. I mean, some all-Victorian matchups with Hume City hosting Melbourne Serbia. Oakley Cannons host Heidelberg United, dude. Wow. Big matchups all around, everywhere you look. Incredibly, only 2 games being played in New South Wales. Wow. So, that's the conclusion of the draw.
We are going to wrap it up there, guys. This has been a mega stream, 3 hours. Watch along of Mariners losing up to Heidelberg United 3-1. Got to take the positives out of the performance from a Mariners point of view, but congratulations to Heidelberg United, who were incredible tonight, to hold on for an incredible 3-1 win against the A-League champions. Mariners are out of the cup, as well as Sydney and Wellington, amongst a bunch of other teams. A crazy round of 16 coming up. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Stay subscribed for more A-League and Australia Cup content coming up over the coming weeks. My name's Lockie, this is Coach Watch Football, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.